last video cutting out. I think from this point forward, I am pretty much going to start using my cell phone on every live stream because this is ridiculous. Hey, what's happening, Steve, man? uh, Shoot, I should have pretty much just called it a day because, like, I am swimming right now. Let me, yeah, Matt. Right before I signed up, I kind of read everybody's comments to the end just so I, knew what everyone was saying beforehand. And one of the big things I saw was the Streetwalker Watty story. So how did this asshole sell himself? Well, I started it all by creating my OnlyFans channel. That's straight up bullshit. Don't buy that for a second. But hey, if that goofy kid Nova Online can have a damn OnlyFans channel, god damn it. I think we all can. Oh man, God, my freaking head is wasted. Holy shit. Oh well, those. Hey, Steven, I see your messages, but I cannot read them. My God. Oh, I gotta get extra close. Anybody's asking 100. Like, yeah, I read those, man. That Vince bio card, I think that one has a lot of value to it. How much value? $20, 25, 50 even. So I mean, I guess you really won't know the true value unless you actually put in like 9 cent auction, like let's say free shipping or something, and see what it sells for. But I mean, I could see figures selling for money. I can even see posters to an extent selling for a particular set of money. But bio cards, like who? How many people out there are actually cutting up the back of the card backs? You know. I don't know where you can send your figures in to be graded, but I think there are some people that when they send in their cards, their figures, they attach bio card. If it comes with an accessory, they'll include that and the figure to get graded. And what was that one girl's name? She always overcharged on every LGN she ever had, but like she had a lot of really cool stuff, and that included Andre the Giant loose graded with bio card, I believe. Big Boss Man graded with nightstick accessory. I think a bio card was part of that as well, and that was all encapsulated inside this little acrylic display case. So, I mean, with the right bio card, yeah. Like my Big Boss Man bio card, I don't even know where I even got that from. Like, was it part of a bundle of figures that I bought? Was it part of a big Boss Man lot? Like maybe I was bidding on the Boss Man and accessory, or just the Boss Man. Maybe it was part of. I don't remember. Like I have no idea where I got it from, and I could have been bidding on it individually on an auction. Maybe I won it for like $20. I don't know, but I have to say that any black card bio cards are worth a good $50 to $100 probably because of the rarity. One of the guys I bought from a lot in the past, he wanted to sell me his Andre the Giant LJN on card, but there was one part of the bio card or the back of the card backing that was cut out. I don't know if it was the bio card that was cut out. It may have been, and so he had Andre the Giant probably resealed, most likely on a black card, or was an open bubble on black card, and he still wanted like what the hell was he asking at the time? Like $1,500, $2,000, something like that. So it just goes to show you how much an actual LJN black strap Andre sells for when it's MOC. Even if there's cracks in the bubble, even if there's creasing around the edges of the card, a black strap Andre is still $2,000-$3,000. And depending on where you buy it from on eBay, people list that sucker for like $5,000. I mean, it's definitely not a $5,000 figure. Like I probably overspend on all my purchases, and I wouldn't pay no $5,000 for a damn black strap Andre. Ross, man. I don't know if you're a part of the first video, bud, but man, I'm already swimming, my guy. Like this 80 proof vodka or a vodka tequila is no joke. I don't know if it tastes better or I don't know. I think I just like the brown tequila better than the white tequila. I keep putting it in the big cup instead of putting it in the shot glass. Hopefully, that's not more than a shot. Oh, so bad. Oh. And Elle was also reminding me about my army story. When did I sell myself, so to speak? uh, that troll that was on my Wednesday stream, he was the one that he said something, and it got me thinking about this story. But like, I want to save this for my regulars, man. The guys that tune in every week that actually communicate and actually have, make this a fun experience, right? I didn't want to share that story with a bunch of randoms who really don't care about this channel or, having a good time, conversating or whatnot. So, I mean, it's pretty much a lame duck story for many people, but for me, it's memories, it's nostalgia, it's sheer embarrassment, obviously. But like even high school, man. Like I wasn't an A plus student, right? Like I had an average GPA. I think my GPA in like high school was like 2.7. So when I say average student, I was an average freaking student, okay? But like for whatever reason, by senior year, like we're in English class, and I would have all these people coming to me like, "Hey, here's $5. Write my essay for me." Okay, cool. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people could have probably got like 10, could have probably got like 20, $50 for writing for doing a homework assignment for somebody. But I was whoring myself up for like $5 a pip. And there's a reason I did it for $5. And I'll explain in a little bit. But like those papers, and I felt like, okay, I wrote my paper. My paper's really good. I know exactly what I'm gonna say. So when I wrote their papers, it wasn't like, we're not talking 10, 20 pages. We're talking like maybe 3 pages or something, right? So like I already knew what I wanted to say. So all I got to do is just rewrite it in a different way, but basically say the same thing, right? So it was relatively easy for me. Um, and it's funny that my paper we got like an A, and the people that I wrote because I already knew what I wanted to say, their papers were so much better in my opinion, and they would get like D's and F's on those papers. Not because the teacher knew somebody else wrote it, but because I guess the writing wasn't all that great, which is a damn shock, but whatever. So in the army, same thing. People are always playing tricks on each other. You always cracking jokes, right? So sometimes you just gotta make your own fun. And I don't know how the hell it came up, but for whatever reason, someone bet me to put icy hot on my balls, man. And I'm like, okay, whatever, not a big deal. Yeah, I'll do it. Shoot, give me $1, man. Give me a freaking dollar, and I will do it. And I'm pretty sure these motherfuckers would pay $20, $50 more even to see that happen. But I'm such a stupid whore. I charge them a freaking dollar. I thought, okay, man, this is icy hot. I mean, maybe it start off getting a little bit cold and warm up a little bit. It's fine. Not a big deal. Put it on. Stand there like it's nothing. I have this in my face. That I freaking got chemical burns on my jaw by freaking putting AC hot on my body. What a fucking douchebag. Oh god, that's so damn embarrassing, but funny as hell. I'm like, damn. And the reason I charge $1 for stuff like that, right? $5 for something because I want to charge prices I know people are going to pay. If I say, yeah, I'll do it, give me $20. You think somebody's going to pay $20 for that? Maybe. Strong possibility, maybe. But I wanted to charge them something I knew that they'd be willing to pay. So I'm like, oh, give me a buck. Like, I didn't think it was going to hurt anything. But no, that shit freaking hurt. Like, I think I had burns for like over a year. Like, that shit did not heal. And then, oh, you know when you're dealing with doofus, there's going to be a and then scenario. Too much. So a couple days pass, and this crap still burns. I think, okay, I'm gonna throw some damn baby powder on it, see if that's gonna, cool it up. Oh hell no! Adding baby powder to that chemical burn, or what the frick that was, made it even worse. There's this kid. I don't know how old he was. He was probably my age, maybe a little bit younger. So I went into the army after high school, 19. So this kid had to be 17, somewhere between 17 and 21. I don't know. He looked younger than me, but who knows? His accent, I mean, he was obviously from England. And he looks at me like, Watson, you got to stop putting foreign entities on your body. Or something to that effect. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to tell me twice. I ain't doing that shit no more. And now I look at icy hot. Like if I have sore shoulders, or something, you want to slap some icy hot on there, cool it, warm it up. Nah, man, I can't look at that crap the same way anymore. That shit hurt. So like I whore myself out for like the smallest increments of financial gain. But those gay motherfuckers. If you're gay and you're watching this channel, don't take it personally. Sorry. Those doofuses. I may have been a doofus, but these guys, let me tell you about these damn perverts. So I'm standing obviously right after I put it on. I'm like, no, nothing. And like, oh my God, the pain. Like it burnt so goddamn bad. I freaking hauled ass to the freaking bathroom, man. So these guys at the bathroom at the sink. I'm like, I can't use this. So I run into the damn janitor's closet and I'm in the freaking sink. Lights are off, obviously, because I'm trying to rub down because that shit, to get that shit off me, and it hurts so damn bad. These gay motherfuckers walk into the damn storage room and start turning on the lights so they can see me wash my. I'm like, a little bit of privacy, you perverts. Then I had to haul ass to the freaking shower room and get it butt ass naked as quickly as possible because, god damn. Dudes, learn from my mistake. Make sure you charge big money first. Oh, God, I got to put this down. I know. I'm like the biggest whore ever, huh? All right. Has anyone did a Brooklyn Brawler custom? I saw that one. There are customs out there, Brooklyn Brawler. I think Zashman or either Zashman or Kevin Pelkey has a Brooklyn Brawler, if I'm not mistaken. But you also got to realize, Big Rubber Guys, they also came out with an original figure, right? So not the best play pose, but it looks great, displays great, aesthetically fantastic. Play pose was basically the only thing that's really bad on that piece. But other than that, it's a fantastic figure. Someone on eBay is charging $100 for Vince for a freaking bio card. You see, that's what pisses me off. Like the actual action figure can probably sell for as little as $60. Now, if it's like a minty or close to it, Vince McMahon, yeah, I could see LJ and Vince selling for a good $125 or more. But a lot of the time, Vince McMahon is going to have a lot of paint loss. Someone's going to have to customize it. And you could get it for a good $60, $70. But charging you $100 for a damn bio card. I mean, spend $100 more. I think the LJN Vince McMahon mint on card that I have, I think I won it on auction. I think I got it for like $200, $205, something like that. So all in shipping taxes, maybe it came out to be 220, 230, I don't know. But for $100 more, you can get the complete mint on card. So selling that's just people that tells me that some folks just don't know what they have. And it's like that Bobby's Closet guy. He doesn't know how to charge for his sellables. And that's why when I look at a site like that, I've always explained it as these aren't people interested in selling their product. These are people interested in showcasing their personal collection. Uh, what was the other guy? Darth Vader, I think his name is. Darth something. I think it was Darth Vader. I don't know. I haven't looked at his site forever, but on eBay, same thing. You look at what he has up for sale. His sellables are amazing. Like he has an awesome list of items for sale. But do you ever sell any of that stuff? No, because you're charging $800 for something that should be charged $75. Like I talked about the Remco 2-pack of the High Flyers. He had them listed for like $600, right? And at one point, my crazy ass came back at him and be like, look, I'll pay you $500 for it. No. I'll come up to $525. No. I will come up to $550 to buy this from you. No. Freaking douchebag. Like I hate when you reach out to someone and you make an offer or you write this long message and they come back with these one word responses. Like you aggravating, the most horrible customer service ever, right? So he could have gotten $550 from me. No. Okay. Cool. Like a week or two later, that same exact item came up on auction and I won it for like $200. Auctions tell you what people value these items at. So when I say this guy is literally never going to sell any of his stuff, it's because he doesn't know how to price the items. Me, even when there's times where I overprice my items, I still have best offer available. So someone can reach out with an offer and if I've got these bundle of series 1 Hasbro figures, all 12 figures, all figures that came with accessories have their accessories. Bam. 100% complete. And let's say I'm charging $300. I mean, if you buy those individually on auction, plus shipping, plus taxes, yeah, I could see all 12 of those figures complete coming up to $300+ easy. So my listing price is right on par, right? But if I say, hey, here's all series 1, 12 Hasbros with accessories, that means Jake Roberts snake. That means Brutus Beefcake's shears. What else was in series 1 that came with accessories? Was that it? See, Duggan was part 2. The Honky Tonk Man was series 2. That might have been it. I feel like there's a third one I'm missing. Whatever, not a big deal. I got $300 and you come in with an offer of like $200. I look at that. Okay, 200. I can't do 200. Can you do 275? I could come up to 240. Can you do 260? Maybe we meet at 250 or something. It literally, if you can't come up with an agreement with me within like the first 5 minutes, it's not going to happen. But you also got to be reasonable. Like my prices are based on what they should sell for. Yeah, if I list that Jake Roberts by himself, I'm probably going to list it for $30 because he's Jake Roberts with snake. Honky Tonk Man with guitar. I might list it for $30 because it's Honky Tonk Man with guitar complete, right? So if I list those 2 figures together, for example, I'm probably going to list it for $60. Oh, shit. I was pouring this stuff like water, and now I've got almost a complete cup full of tequila. All right, I didn't pass out my last video, but I'll probably most likely pass out in this video. All right, what you chasing it with? I still had leftover Gridlock from last week. Gridlock energy drink. This is the Paradise. So you get these at Aldi, and they're not too bad. I think they're like $1 a can, $1.50 a can. And I think that's pretty much what they charge you for like Monsters or Red Bulls or something. This might actually be cheaper. Plus, I like this. Like, this is only 10 calories, so you can drink a shitload of these and not have to fret, right? That's wild as hell. Learn from my mistakes, or simply don't be a jackass, because that's exactly what I was. I was a jackass. Oh man, what the hell was I talking about in the last video? Like, I'm trying to stretch this out to be like 2 to 3 hours. Not this particular video because we're already an hour plus in, but I like to get another hour or so out of this video. And I want some more of those type of funny stories, right? So I'm trying to think. Funny story wise, Army, because crazy shit always happens in the Army, right? You guys ever see camel spiders? Those little brown suckers. They look like freaking football players, man. They put their antennas up, they kind of crouch down, they come at you like and every time you look at them, it's like somebody kicking a football through the field. If you're out, like I work night shift, my second deployment most of the time. I mean, it was a 15-month tour, so I won't say most of the time. I was on day shift because I was working class 1 with the food and water. But when I was on night shift, you go outside, go to use the Port Johns, you got the flashlight, you're walking, you come across the damn Spider-Man. Like, once you get that damn light on that damn spider, he'll like stop where he is. Like, if you stay there, you don't move, that little sucker will start following you and start following the flashlight. Like, it is crazy as hell. So I don't want to say it's terrifying to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, but it definitely felt that way. Shoot. And anyways, one day, this freaking this random ass camo spider is inside our hangar, inside the office. One of my colleagues, Specialist Fisher, he's got a care package from family for Sergeant Wallace, our squad leader. In the other hand, SSA parts, warehouse parts, big ass heavy box, brown box. So he takes Sergeant Wallace's care package and floats it. Yes, he floats it on top of the camo spider. Now, mind you, this damn box, this warehouse box, probably weighed 50 goddamn pounds or more. You could just drop that and just kill the sucker right there. No. He takes a small, lightweight care package box, floats it on top of the spider. So, the spider's underneath this damn box now. Sergeant Triplet comes out of freaking nowhere with this big ass freaking Andre the Giant feet. Crushes the freaking box and the spider underneath it. We come to find out that Sergeant Wallace had ordered some picture frames. So all those picture frames were all destroyed. But I kind of look back at that. I'm like, what? How did you come to this conclusion that you wanted to? I get it. The smaller box, the more lightweight box was easier to handle. I mean, if you're going to throw a baseball, is it going to be easier to throw a baseball that's 8 ounces, or is it could be easier to throw a box that's 40 pounds, or throw a baseball that's 40 pounds? Who cares if it fits in your hand, right? You're only going to be able to throw it so far, so fast. So I can understand why he chose the smaller box, but just I don't know, man. For whatever reason, I kind of feel like that right there is probably my favorite story from the Army. I mean, our second deployment, the Al Qut province of Iraq, our brigade, we ran the whole base. So our brigade commander, Colonel Francie, he was post commander. And when we first got there, you had folks from Georgia, and well, that was sad because the guys at Georgia, they used to handle like all of they used to do all of the security around post and everything, right? And they used to take on like all these difficult jobs so that the American soldiers didn't have to. But then the whole civil war between or the war between Russia and Georgia started happening. So it's like all of these guys from Georgia are redeploying back home. They're leaving one war zone to go back home to another war zone. And that right there is completely effed up. And once those guys left, I mean, all the American soldiers had to basically start taking over. So it was our unit. Our brigade ran the entire base. Our battalion ran the hangar. So we were in charge of, accepting in new people as they came off flights. We had to, set up the flight line. Our hangar also included the SSA, the supply support activity. So all the supplies came through them, and we ran the class 1 yard. So any food that came in got stored there, stored in our freezer trailers, and any additional food we sent to the DFAC to be served. And we were also responsible for sending out that food, filling orders for like the special forces and sending them out to other outlining sites and whatnot. So once the Georgians left, we took over all that BS jobs like security and stuff like that. And, security meaning just basically being over at the entry point. So like we always had workers come on base, right? Workers that ran the shit trucks or garbage pickup like every few days, every I want to say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I could be remembering incorrectly, but 3 days a week we had guys that came in and helped us with our class 1 yard. So we'd have to go to the entry gate and escort them on post and through the post and whatnot. For Iraqis, Afghans, same thing. No matter where you go, to get the locals to be vetted and to be approved for access to the base, that's a freaking long, drawn out process. Like I do not envy those guys that have to go through that. That's some bullshit. Like you start work at 9 o'clock in the morning, you gotta be there like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. because you gotta go through the vetting and the approval process. That's just then you gotta wait on the soldiers to come pick you up. Oh hell no! Like god damn, I feel for those mofo's. But they got paid like once a week or maybe once a month, and they're getting paid like $100 for the month, and that was considered like a lot of money. And it may have been more than that, but I don't think so, man. Not by too much. Gonna drink the icy hot and the crush frames. uh, I loved my freaking second deployment though. Um, my first deployment, I got like so much freaking PTSD off that crap. Um, I think the second these motherfuckers almost took my damn head off, you kind of feel a lot different about what you're doing out there. And I think I've told this story before. We're doing a barrier mission, and we were going from Camp Liberty, driving all the way down to Rusty Maya, and I jump on top of the PLS, the flatbed truck, and I'm helping unchain the T walls, the concrete walls, and bang! In the distance, you hear this bang, and you're like, you look up, you don't know like what the hell that was. Was that a gunshot? Did some explosion go off? What the hell happened? Until the guys on the ground, the guys who work at Rusty Mile, start throwing this flashlight at the T-wall, like right above your head. And I realized that some motherfucker shot at me, almost took my goddamn head off. Like, oh shit. Like, can I get the frick down from here now? And you get down there and you tell your NCO, your like my squadron at the time was a Sergeant King, and he had the audacity to laugh at it. Like him laughing at the two of like, dude, how is somebody getting murdered almost freaking funny to you assholes? I laugh sometimes when something is an uncomfortable situation, right? And you don't know how to respond or how to react. Like you're standing in line at a bank and some some asshole behind you starts making some racist jokes or something, like you want to tell them off, but you don't want to create an environment with that toxicity, right? So you kind of like you'll laugh it off because you don't agree with it, but you're just trying to like smooth the situation down or whatever. Uh, I kind of felt like if that was a scenario, fine, but there are better ways to handle that, right? I kind of joke about the mud, like, yeah, man, the damn mud gave me PTSD. I mean, I joke about the PTSD part of the mud, but like the mud was a serious problem my first deployment. And I love that they waited all the way to the end of our deployment before they started bringing in freaking rocks to lay down around Camp Liberty and the other bases, the other camps. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like you always had to get your NBC boots out, your chemical boots, right? And that way you weren't destroying your regular brown suede boots and with all that damn mud, because you'd be sinking down like quicksand. It was crazy. Our first tour though, we didn't really have a mission out there, you know? Like the joke was our colonel is out here to get his star. Our lieutenant colonel is out here to get that bird. Battalion commander, lieutenant colonel gets promoted to full bird colonel. Our brigade commander, a full bird colonel, gets promoted to brigadier general, etc. But second deployment, like I said, our brigade, our colonel, our brigade commander, he was in charge of the whole base, so we ran everything. So that made it a whole lot more fun. It also made it to the point where we actually had a legitimate mission out there. And 15 months, you got to give us something. We're going to be out there for over a year. But damn, like I was a little fatty when I went into my second deployment. Like I was 175 goddamn pounds. Like holy shit. Like for my build, I should only be like 145, right? And I know 145 for a grown adult male like ain't nothing, but that's really where I should be. So I was a little fatty. I went into my first one 175 pounds. I'm like, you know what? We're in this deployment. Hi baby.
Hi. I was trapped for the longest time. Your babies were on me.
Cool. Is that the baby right there?
No, the other two babies.
The other two, are they back in the playpen? Where are they at?
They're playing.
Cool.
Yeah.
You want to sit down and have a conversation with us?
Not really. Stairs. Out of breath.
Can you sit down anyways?
Stairs. I gave Cubby her pill.
Cool. I could have helped you with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm very drunk. You might have to come get me in like an hour. Cool. What the? Hey, Cubby. Don't get stuck in here, Cubby. What the hell was I talking about, guys? Like, I forgot already. My wife was very distracting. Dudes, I seriously forgot what the hell I was talking about. You guys know what I was talking about? Dude, put the freaking alcohol down. Can't do it, my guys. Although, the last couple of Sundays, I've been feeling like really freaking sick afterwards. I kind of feel like I was talking about Fob Delta. Oh, fatty. That's what it was. God damn it. Cubby, you need out. Bye, Cubby. All right. 175. Damn. When I got to Fob Delta, drive around the bus, right when we got on the base, I looked around like, this place is a freaking shithole. It's like if somebody dropped an atomic bomb in Oakland or some crap, man. It was like, oh my God, like it was a freaking shithole. But man, does your opinions change when you live somewhere for a while? Because after probably a month or so, like 2 months, I freaking loved Fob Delta. I to this day, I think it's one of my favorite bases ever. All right, and I've been like in a million of them, but my first perspective, horrible. And Alpha Company and HHC headquarters and headquarters company, we were both in the same tent, right? Males in this tent, females in that tent, etc. So you basically have like 150, 200 people, however many, in one freaking tent, and in the middle of summer, right? Because we deployed in June, so I didn't have no privacy. I didn't have any DVD player. I didn't have a computer. So no way to watch movies, nothing to do on my off time, right? And I was a little chubbermonger. I'm like, God damn, like you think 175 pounds, like that's not that bad. That's nothing. True. But for Army terms, that put me at overweight. 169 pounds was my limit in the Army. So being 175, for the first time in my life, I was overweight by Army standards. So when I got to freaking Fob Delta, I'm like, I got to make a change. Every single day after work, it could have been 6 days a week. It could have been 7 days a week. Took my ass to the gym. I spent probably a good 2 to 3 hours a day in the gym. Like I'd go run on a treadmill for like 45 minutes. Then I moved to the elliptical machine for like another 45 minutes. Maybe there was an ab class that day. Do that for like half an hour, 45 minutes, right? Then I go back and do like the free weights, any of the weight machines. I don't really use a lot of free weights. I like the other machines because, well, they're complete. Butterfly machines, whatever the case. Ab crunch machine, whatever. In like 3 months, 4 months tops, I probably got down to like 145. And I looked at myself and I'm like, for the first time in my life, I got a freaking six pack. Like, what the hell is going on here, right? Maybe not a six pack, but damn close to it. And I could freaking run. I could run for like the first time ever. Like my normal average pace in the Army was like, I say 8 minutes a mile, but that's even realistic. I think it's more like 9, 10 minutes a mile. Like it was bad. So my first PT test was in October of 2008. And I remember getting down to that first mile. And my squad leader, she was at the end there. She's like, 7:15. I looked up. What? 7:15 a mile? Do you know how freaking fast that is? So when I turned around, I took my ass back down. Like I was feeling good coming back that second mile. And I finished at an even 14 and a half minutes. Now you think 14 and a half, 2 miles, that's really not that impressive. The guys that get like 12 mile, 2 miles, that's impressive. But for me, that is the fastest I've run in my life. And I was concerned I was going to fail this PT test because like running, I was trying to keep track with one of my teammates, one of my squad members, whatever. One of the guys that was in my platoon, right? And I'm like, I'm not going to be able. I can't do it. I can't keep up. I can't. Eventually, he started slowing down, and like I was running past him, and I just ended up taking off, like leaving everybody else behind me. For the first time in my life, somebody called me a damn PT stud. I'm like, hell yeah. It was nice that my hard work paid off, but never in a million years could you consider me a PT stud. But at that point, yeah. The worst thing that could have ever happened in October of that year, we moved out of the tents and moved into our own shoes. Containerized housing unit, trailers. 3 rooms to a trailer. Each had their own doors, whatever. At that point, I had privacy. I had access to a DVD player, etc. So, like, I started watching movies and stopped going to the gym, and all that hard work basically vanished. I went home in December, And my wife looked at me. I took my shirt off. My wife looked at me, stop sucking it in. I'm like, I'm not sucking it in because she knew me as this fatty, right? And so I came home like 6 months later, like I'm super freaking thin, like anorexic looking almost. Not that bad, but what she said to me to this day, it still rings in my ears. She said she felt like a child molester because I was so thin, so much smaller than her, basically. And I'm like, oh baby, that makes me feel bad. Like I wanted her to be attracted to me. Like I was doing good, man, getting myself in shape to where like I was like this, I had a nice sexy body for her. And like, and to hear that, like she was disappointed. Like she didn't want me to be super thin like that. It's one thing to be, thinner and or be huskier and be in health, right? Than to be like super thin. But I freaking worked my ass off for that. So 2008, 2009, that 15 months, I mean, I got myself in the best shape of my life. And I also paid off my wife's Hyundai accent at that time. So, in fact, I take it back. I think I was actually paying more money towards my 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I paid that bitch off. And then all that money I had saved over, that $330 a month I was paying towards my Jeep, going into a savings. By the end of the deployment, I had my wife's car paid off too. I came home with no money, but I had both cars paid off. I was in better shape than when I left. I thought that the Jesus Christ, I thought the deployment was a huge success for me. And guys, my speech is really becoming effed up right now. I may only make another 20 minutes. So I'm going to shut the app up, read your comments. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, please send it up right now. And I'll be able to hit on it while I'm still kind of functional upstairs. Dodgers got the win. How tall are you? I'm short as hell. I'm only 5'7". I know, like, short as hell. Like, 5'7" is probably like the average height for men nowadays. Um, Obviously, from childhood, when I think of adult males, I think of someone that's 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. And then you get into adulthood and you realize, no, like 5'7", 5'8", that's like the average height for men. It is very, very rare. Like probably less than 1% is actually 6 feet or taller. So kind of insane. That's why I kind of like watching all these YouTube videos where like guys are in the streets and they walk up to like random women, like, "Hey, what's your definition of a man, or what kind of man are you looking for?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, I want the 6 foot tall man," and I'm like, "Dude, you know how rare that is?" Especially when they start talking about like, "Yeah, he's got to make like $500,000 a year." I'm like, "Okay, good luck with that." Unless you're freaking Jennifer Love Hewitt or Sarah Michelle Gellar or something like that, you are not getting that type of guy, ladies. I'm sorry. It's just the reality. Uh, this wasn't supposed to be a military related video, man. Military related live stream, but it just kind of like transitioned that way, and I like it. I like talking army stuff. Like I haven't been in the army since 2010, right? So it's been over 15 years, and god damn, 15 years. It is so hard to think that it's been that long. But look at it this way. What did I say in the last live stream? Today's live stream. I looked at the very beginning of the live stream I that just ended. I said today's October 4th, and it does not feel like we're in the 10th month of 2025. Like I feel like just yesterday I made a recap of 2024 video and what are my expectations for 2025 video, and going on 9+ months in my 10th month, it's crazy to think that this amount of time has passed already. So, is your wife taller than you? I think my wife is 5'6", so she might be like 5'6", 5'7". I think she's I think she's slightly smaller than I am. So, hey guys, somebody throw some likes on this video. It desperately needs it, just for the algorithm purposes. You don't decorate for Halloween, bro. I noticed your comment in Big Beefcake's video. Yeah, man. So I had the extra funds, right? And the house was paid off. Hey, thanks for the like, buddy. um, Back to what I was saying. I paid off my house, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I got these added funds. I want to do stuff for the house. Yes, upgrades to the home, sure, pool, deck, etc., whatever. But Christmas, I want to put up Christmas lights, maybe a Santa on a sleigh, perhaps. Halloween, I want to decorate the yard, the house to look like a zombie apocalypse, like the Walking Dead type of stuff, or like some people put like little cemeteries in their house. Like they put up this fence, right? They got gravestones and whatnot. I'm like, that's what I want. I want that stuff. Never in my life have we ever decorated our house. Not as kids, not as an adult. No Halloween decorations, no Thanksgiving decorations, no Christmas decorations. I want to start doing that stuff, right? But I don't want like cheesy, you go to Walmart or Kroger or one of those grocery stores and just buy like or Walgreens and just buy like this little skeleton that you just dangle from a string and no, I don't want that. I want something real. I want like a real haunted house type of environment for Halloween. I am a horror fan. I should be going all out on Halloween year in and year out. But I'm lazy as hell. Or simply, I just don't know how to do that stuff. Like, I don't know how to decorate appropriately. And so, like, I see like these zombies and like these mass killers, right? And they come up on Facebook Reels all the time. Like, is that stuff worth it? Like, is this 6-foot werewolf for $500? Is that going to be worth the investment? How long does that last? Is it going to last for 10, 15 years before it runs out of juice? If I put the stuff on front of my house, is somebody got a jacket? Probably not, because we live in a good neighborhood, but that's what I want to do. I want to decorate it for real. We are in October. We should already be decorating the house. There's always next year. But you know what? That same excuse is for the Cubs, and I hate that. So I'm a 1%er. Spirit Halloween has some cool shit this year. Favorite horror film. Favorite horror movie. See, that is an impossible question to answer. Only because I'm not like the most judgmental character in the world, right? So like if IMDb says this is a 4 out of 10 and I watch it, I might absolutely love the movie. Favorite horror. If I have to go off of nostalgia, I would probably say Halloween 4. Because again, that's a movie that my niece, my oldest brother, he used to always put that movie on for my niece. So we probably watched that movie like 100,000 times each week. And I still think Halloween 4 is probably the greatest Halloween movie ever from that particular franchise. Not Halloween as in the holiday Halloween. Other than that, horror movie related, Dog Soldiers has got to be my favorite werewolf movie, right? I mean, I think that rate's very high among the horror genre. There was a movie we watched. It was on Netflix recently. I think it was called like Broken Heart or something Heart. And there was a good serial killer in that movie. I wouldn't classify it as my favorite horror movie ever, but it's definitely up on my list of high ranking movies. The Terrifier, man. I like the new age horror. So Terrifier is great. All the Saw movies are great. it boils down to one singular movie, it's impossible. I, best answer I could give you is Halloween 4. But A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, has to be very high on that list, right? Friday the 13th, Part 7 has to be very high on that list. I still say Part 7 of Friday the 13th is my favorite. Part 4, Part 6 are probably close, second and third. But all right. Poltergeist. Shoot, man. I mean, how many people were terrified of like that old dude from Poltergeist Part 2? That the Amish looking dude. Like I've seen memes of like, hey, in the 80s, this is what we were most afraid of. Like, hell freaking yeah, man. That dude, like that creepy ass dude from Poltergeist too. Hell yeah. Uh love The Shining. I think I saw The Shining for the first time while I was on my second deployment in 08, 09. Working the night shift. A lot of time there really weren't anything left over, right? So like day shift, SSA, they would process all the incoming parts, all the Air Force pellets, the parts that came in. And by the time night shift rolled around, all the work was already done. So you were just there. And a lot of time we just watched movies every night. Now, occasionally there would be some work left over, and we would process the parts that day shift couldn't finish, or if there was a flight coming in that day and they downloaded, let's say, 6 Air Force pallets worth of parts, we'd work on that all night until the day shift came in. But a lot of nights we watch movies, and that's where I watched The Shining, the whole entire movie for the first time. That's where I watched Pulp Fiction for the first time, seeing that entire movie. So the guy that had the computer, he had a lot of good, solid movies. So, I might have to open up a new can. This is almost empty, and I'm starting to bounce up. Like when I start doing this number, that it's time to go, but I can't quite leave, right? So. Almost there. All right, what else we got on here? Oof. Someone's about to jump on here like, pass out time of the video. I'm like, nope, not quite yet. But I think I'm getting there. I think if you guys see me put my head back and I pass out for like more than 2 minutes, I think it's time to move on, because I'm probably gonna be passed out for like 2 hours, at least until the wife comes to get me, which is like an hour from now or so. All right, let me go back because I think I missed a lot of things here. People Under the Stairs, Ross. Yes, dudes. I was in first grade when that movie came out. Yeah, first grade, man. Obviously, you guys, I already talked about it on Wednesday. You guys know I failed a grade, so I was a year behind. And, that's always embarrassing to tell people, because, like, the usual response is like, what did you do? Fail sleep time or something, or fail nap time? I'm like, dude, that was kindergarten, not first grade, okay? But yeah, first grade, I was a freaking troublemaker. And I couldn't read. You gotta realize, like, my family, we didn't have bedtime stories and stuff like that, right? Like, parents weren't reading to their kids at night. I wasn't sitting down with my mom, reading my textbook or anything like that. So I literally did not know how to read when I was in first grade. Like, I could read words like I we, and can. And in Chicago, we used to our elementary school. We had these books, like if you were in Orange Book Bells, that was the very beginning, and then you move on to like different colors. The purple book, the blue book, like they were called like Trumpet or something like that. I forget. So while there were kids in first grade, they were all like they were on that second book and third book. My group was still in the first book. I don't think it was so much that I could read the words, only that I memorized the words. And my teacher, of course, I mean, she really wasn't a teacher, man. Like I don't know, like I'd be talking or something during class, like it's lunchtime, right? And back in the day, they used to deliver your lunch to your classroom. So you had like this little bucket, right? A little milk bucket or whatever, and they'd also bring in a cooler with all your hot meals. And maybe I was talking, I don't know. And my teacher would go to the board, write my name on the board. So I look at her like, what did I do? Throw a check on there. What did I do? Check. What did I do? Check. Fucking asshole. So that basically meant that you couldn't go up there and grab like a second chocolate milk, or you couldn't grab another box of pizza or something, you know. But like my teacher was such a freaking bitch. One time, this memory sticks out to me. Same thing. Writes my name on the board. I look at her. What did I do? Check. What did I do? Check. I shut my ass up real quick. She looks at me like, come on, just one more. I'm like, you are a freaking horrible human being. I I always say, man, and it's cliche as hell, guys. It's cliche, but a teacher really does make the difference in a child's future, and it makes a difference in a child's life. I could not read worth a damn in first grade. I didn't exactly go home and have family to help me read or nothing like that. So I was literally on my own with that. By the time I started my second year of first grade, I actually had a teacher that actually tried and inspired. I remember, so I was put in an LD class, learning disability class. And I was in this LD class like all throughout elementary school. Like the last 4 or 5 years of elementary, I probably didn't really go to LD class at all, but they said you had to learn disability because you couldn't read, you couldn't do whatever. By the time I got to my second year of first grade, like whenever I went to my OD class, the eighth grader, he had his book. I would pull it out. I'd sit there, I'd read his book. Now, how the hell do you go from not reading at all to reading at an eighth grade level when you're in first grade? It just tells you the freaking teachers, man. The differentiation of teachers. Mrs. Colbert over here, horrible, horrible fucking teacher. Excuse my language. Mrs. Griffin on this side, awesome teacher. If I had her from the beginning, things could have been a lot different. My mom, she used to always make fun of me as a kid, said that you made this teacher retire because Miss Colbert, after that year, I never saw her in the school anymore. I don't know if she quit, retired. I don't know what happened with that. But if she's still alive today, I would like to tell her that she basically screwed up my life. She really did, man, because look at like Ashton Kutcher would be a perfect example. Ashton Kutcher in basically any show he or any movie he's ever been in. Light of the party. Life of the party. Every time, right? That was me. That was my personality. But then by the time I got to my second year of first grade, like I lost it all. It was gone. Like that whole spark was gone. I became a shell of myself. Knowing that I was in a grade older than everyone else, it just felt awkward as hell. And from first grade through eighth grade, man, like I'm in a class with a bunch of kids younger than me. That's how I looked at it. And then oddly enough, I get to my junior year of high school, and I'm like, I should be a year older than everyone else, 10 months older, 8 months, somewhere within that limit, right? And I meet my wife, and she's actually older than I am. So I guess she had started the first couple of years. She was in a Catholic school, and when she attended Lane Tech in junior year, some of her credits from her Catholic school didn't transfer over because of the type of courses that they offered. So she had to repeat junior year essentially, kind of. So she went to summer school and graduated in '03. And 03 should have been the year that I graduated, but I ended up graduating in '04. Which was pretty cool because like sometimes I wear my JROTC uniform and I go meet her at like at her college, my senior year, which was pretty awesome. There's one day where she had me, dressed up in my JROTC uniform with my practice rifle, my honor guard rifle, because she wanted me to kind of like show off during one of her college courses while she was giving a speech or whatever. And I ended up completely humiliating myself because I was doing this honor guard drill and I dropped the rifle and I'm like, God damn, that's embarrassing. I was never the greatest honor guard. I mean, I didn't make the honor guard team, but everybody learns how to do that stuff, how to do those spins and whatnot. And I'm wondering if I still know how to do that stuff today. Damn, that burns. Oh man, that went all the way up by now in my throat by my nose. I think I have some tequila inside my nose as we speak. Oh man, that hurts. Oh yeah, the tequila was definitely in my nose. I just breathed in and I just got like a big ass pain of oh, it just burns. That's all I gotta say. I think I need another chaser, man. Yep, I ran out. I'm not gonna get another gridlock. I'll just use Gatorade, man. Oh, that's good stuff. All right, I'm gonna answer some of these questions, man. Under the stairs, Jesus Christ, that's what I'm talking about. I keep going on these damn tangents. People under the stairs, 1992, if I recall correctly. 1991, 91, 90, yeah, so it had to be 1992. First year, first grade. I remember me and my friend were playing, right? We're like probably wrestling in like the back of the room. And I jumped inside one of those big garbage cans, the ones that are like yay high, that are like yay wide, right? And I couldn't get out. Like, what the hell? Me and my best friend at the time, they were twins. They didn't look alike, but they were twins. And we met in freshman year. Freshman year. Jesus Christ, not freshman year. We met in kindergarten. Damn, I'm not that drunk. Jesus, I kind of am, but so Frank, he was in my first grade class as well, and he was in the same LD class I was. Whatever. So our LD teacher was giving us a pizza party, and they were gonna play a movie for us, kind of close out the year or whatever. So you remember him picking me up out of the garbage can, and we went down to the class and we watched People Under the Stairs. I didn't realize that the lead character, the boy in that movie, was the same kid from the Mighty Ducks. And Ving Rhames was in there. AJ Langer, AJ, was it Hanger, Langer, Ranger? I want to say AJ Langer from My So-Called Life. Obviously, was one of the stars. Oh man, great movie. few months back, I actually put that movie on, or sometime this year. Let's put it that way. Sometime this year, I put on that movie for my wife, and I don't think she enjoyed it the way that I did. But that movie is nostalgia for me, and I don't care if you're watching that movie at 7 years old, or if you're watching that movie at 70 years old. That is a great movie. So that is an awesome choice to choose People Under the Stairs. Uh, has anyone seen Night of the Demons? I want to say yes. I think that's a Jensen Ackles movie, and if it is, I've seen it. I just don't remember anything about it. Or it could be a completely different movie. I don't know. But the title seems familiar, and I've pretty much seen everything. So I may not remember everything, but it's possible. That's probably my favorite. Part 5 and 6, Jason Lives, are my favorites. Part 5 of Jason, I hated. As a fan of the franchise, yeah, you still love the movie, but among all of the Friday the 13th movies, I think Part 5 was probably the worst. Because it wasn't Jason, right? It was this fraud, this EMT that was portraying Jason. So I think with that respect, that's why I don't like Part 5 as much. But the kill scenes and everything, it's very Jason-esque. So I mean, can you consider it to be a Jason movie when there's no Jason, no legitimate Jason? I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. But series part 5, I think was probably the second most watched during my life. We didn't have a VHS store bought tape. We had a blank tape that we recorded part 3 off of. So over the course of our lives, we watched Friday the 13th Part 3 a million times. And it's one of the reasons why I say I don't like the movie, because I've seen it so many times in my life. But in all honesty, it was a fantastic movie. I mean, brilliant. Uh, actually, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is a great one, too. I think the first time I ever saw Halloween Part 3 was in high school with my wife, girlfriend at the time, of course. And I might have fallen asleep during the movie. Like, it was that bad. Like, I was not a fan. The whole, Goosebumps, evil mask deal just just was weird. So I would like to go back and rewatch it so I could actually see what it was about, because I don't remember a darn thing about part 3. And like I said, I didn't watch as a kid. The only thing I ever saw as a kid was any Michael Myers related movie. But Season of the Witch, I never saw that as a kid. I was probably 17, 18 years old the first time I saw it. And no memories. I was horrified with Star Wars Phantom Menace. I am horrified by any horror, by any Star Wars movie. um, not a Star Wars fan, not a Star Trek fan. Although there are a couple of Star Trek movies, like when you're on, coming home from like Afghanistan, and you're on the airplane, and it's like an 18-hour flight or a 13-hour flight from like Ireland or England or Germany or something, right? And let's say you're going from like Germany to Bangor, Maine, or wherever it's going into, somewhere into Washington, somewhere in Chicago, into Texas, etc. Those are like 13-hour flights from those locations. So they had I think it was 2009 version of, or 2013. Shoot, I don't remember. Whatever the Chris Pine Star Wars movies were from. Like, I didn't watch it the first time. I didn't watch it the second time, but you know what? It looked interesting. So when I came on a third time, I put my headphones in, watched the movie, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think I might have actually seen part 2 while actually home, because I saw the first one and enjoyed it. So let's give the second one a roll. I think those Chris Pine Star Trek movies are really good. And I didn't think I'd enjoy them, but they were solid. I can't get behind Star Wars, though. It's just so damn hard to like those movies. Mm-hmm. I know it gets a lot of hate because Mike is not in it, but I love it. Yeah, that's pretty much why I think Season of the Witch is probably the worst Halloween movie. And same thing with Part 5 of Friday the 13th. Why? Because it's not Jason, right? So I kind of feel like the same thing in that case. Nightmare on Elm Street, my number one. I think it's going to be a lot of people's number one because, I mean, 1984, that movie's been around for as long as I've been alive, and that's got to mean something. Part 2 of Nightmare on Elm Street, we had the actual physical store bought VHS of that. We watched that movie all the time. Why does Friday the 13th Part 3 not mean as much to me? Why does Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 not mean as much to me? Because we had those tapes and we watched them like crazy. But at the same time, how can I say that, right? We watched Halloween Part 4 a gazillion times, and I classify that as my favorite Halloween version. It was a great movie. And there really wasn't anything wrong with Freddy Part 2. Pretty much any of the Freddy movies are all solid, no matter which one you go with. I remember 1996, either 96 or 97, and my brother and I, along with our two friends, Frank and Jesse, the twins I talked about earlier. Um, they're not identical twins, but they are twins. So it was their birthday, and we were going to see a movie. And I remember at that time Puppet Master being out. I right now I can't tell you what Puppet Master movie it was, but there was a Puppet Master movie at theaters in the 96, 97 time frame. And was it 95? Whenever Wes Craven's New Nightmare came out, that was part 6 of Freddy. They had a Puppet Master movie. And I remember going there and like, hey man, I want to see the Puppet Master movie. But no, they had their heart set on Freddy Krueger. I'm like, awesome. Like, who turns down Freddy Krueger, right? But because it was a movie, right? Freddy Krueger didn't exist. It was Robert Englund. And then later on, like the character popped out of the movie, Freddy Krueger, to come into the real world. Like that's I didn't like that aspect. I to this day I still don't like that. But I still thought it was a great movie. I mean, really, you can't go wrong with a Freddy Krueger movie. 2010, that Earl Haley guy from the Bad News Bears, and the other superhero movie, I forget what it's called, Watchmen. Like all these fans were saying, "Hey, this Earl Haley guy needs to be after playing Volchek or whatever the hell the name was in Watchmen. He needs to be Freddy Krueger." Then they cast him as Freddy Krueger, and that movie goes up in smokes, like absolute trash. Like why? The 2010 Freddy Krueger was a fantastic movie. If you were going to reboot the franchise, he did an awesome job. That was a great movie. You could have expanded on it, but people were so set in their ways, right? People were so used to Robert Englund being Freddy Krueger that they could not adjust to the new actor. Yes, you look at the original Robert Englund versus Earl Haley. I forget his full name. Yeah, Robert Englund all day, every day. It doesn't even, not even a comparison. But I would have loved to have seen him continue on with a part 2, part 3, even. So whenever you ask for a particular actor and you get it, it's not always guaranteed to be success. Haven't seen that Night of the Demons. Need to check. Yeah, I gotta look that up and see if that's something I've seen before, but I think I did. Oh shit, too far. Oh damn, too far. Oh shoot, where am I? this bottom button, and whenever I hit the bottom button, it goes like all the way down, so I like miss all the comments ahead of it. All right. Uh like Freddy and the Nightmare series, Saw is also good. Freaking Saw is brilliant. I love those type of movies. And I told you before, man, I can sit there with a bowl of cereal, like whatever. Oh man, that's girl. Oh man, oh man. And keep your freaking eyes fixated on it the entire time. Because it's just I'm desensitized. I mean, that's what years of growing up with horror has done to me. Like I'm okay with that. So I like the really gory stuff. How long are you going to grow your hair? Man, my wife is trying to get me to cut my hair. Like, oh my god, it's my birthday present. Cut your hair. I kind of treat me growing my hair out the same way of scientists who've been working on a project for like 20 years, you know? And one day they come to the office and the building is burned down. Their life's work gone up in smoke. I kind of feel like if I cut my hair, it's the same thing, right? Because I've been growing my hair for like 3 years now. And when I was in Afghanistan for the first time ever, I grew my hair out and I had grown my hair for like 3 years. And then I shaved it off or cut it off. And at this point, it's going to take me like another 3 years or so to get my hair to the length that it is. Because if you look at the back, it's like around here, right around the heart area on the back, straight down. So I don't want to cut it for that purpose. I kind of want to start doing stuff with it, like curl it up or something, kind of get that whole 1980s rock star type of look, like Bon Jovi or something, right? So my wife wants me to cut the hair. Like, I don't mind having short hair, like whatever, but it's just that I've been growing my hair for so long that at this point, I don't want to do it because I feel like I'm going to lose all that work. Not really work per se, right? But all that time you spent waiting for the hair to grow out. Or she says you need to cut your hair to make it longer. That may have been true because as a kid, I used to have a ponytail, right? I had a ponytail like my entire life, like from freaking first grade to like eighth grade, man. Like I always had a ponytail, and so I would sit with a ponytail like when I would sit in school, and I'd be like, yeah, 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 right? Like kind of like wrapping my ponytail around my fingers, like so. I had fun with it. In between seventh and eighth grade, during that summer, my father had a work picnic, and for whatever reason, he felt like, oh my ponytail was too much, so he decided to take me for a haircut, and they chopped that bitch off. Like that was not my. I did not agree to that, and freaking assholes. So I've been growing my ponytail for like ever, and went into eighth grade for the first time, and I can remember going into elementary school without having that ponytail, and it was crazy. And I haven't grown it back since. When I got into high school, I joined JROTC, and I always had a shaved head. After high school, Army, shaved head. So after the Army, that's when I finally got the chance for the first time in my life to really start growing out my hair. Not just this ponytail, that was just this one small part, like right here, right? But everything. So whenever my wife tells me, you need to go get a haircut, I don't want to get a haircut, man. I want to grow my hair out. I want to see how far it can grow. All right. You like Samson? I'm not sure who that is. I always remember that Night of the Demons VHS cover at my local video store as a kid and always wanted to rent it but never did. I gotta look up this damn movie now because dang, it's piqued my interest. Don't drop your arm a third time. Hmm. Da. That's funny. Did I do that? You ever get into any fights when you were in school? When I was young, yes. I like to think that I matured over the time and stopped, but early years of elementary school, absolutely. but not so much during later years, and not really since then. Hopefully, we don't gotta throw up the X hang in there. Shoot, I think I'm done with my vodka for the day, man. Yeah, this is empty. Yeah, this is empty, I think. Well, this is officially empty now. I don't know if I want to go for any more tequila at this point. I got my Gatorade out, so I should be good, but referee, EMTs, trainers down. Don't pass out. Oh, man. Hey, Dwayne, no promises, man. We see what happens week after week. It could happen anytime. Dude, freaking few weeks ago, man. Like, I was just sitting here talking to you guys like normal, like no issues whatsoever. And just out of nowhere, like, when I went back and I watched that video and I saw that, I'm like, what the ever loving fudge? How does that happen? It'd be one thing. I'm like, guys, this is what we're to talk to kids about. But it was nothing like that, right? It's so freaking weird. Like, I just passed out of nowhere. I gotta go to the bathroom, guys. This alcohol is killing me, but I'm either gonna try to suck it up until the end of the live stream, or maybe I take a couple minutes and go use the bathroom real quick. But I want to wait till after the live stream because I hate leaving blank airspace, right? God, this tequila, wow. Oof, I forgot I got my Gatorade. I'm good. Legendary movie People Under the Stairs. That couple in the house scared the hell out of me as a kid. And they were brothers and sisters, so that was crazy. How was the pain on a scale from 1 to icy hot on your clothes? Right now, in comparison to that, I'd say about a 1. That, dude, that's not even... Like, that's not even no joke right there. That icy hot was no freaking joke, man. All right. Let's see Star Wars and Star Trek. I got 2007, man. Like, I got back from Iraq in 06, right? After 12 months. And I pulled out one of the bootleg DVDs I bought for all the Star Trek movies. And I watched like the first 3 in their completion, right? Like, I know over the course of my life, I watched all those Star Trek or Star Wars movies over the years, but like, I don't remember any of them. I don't pay attention to any of them. Like, there's, certain scenes that stand out, of course. But yeah, I sat in my room and I watched all three of those first movies, and they were like, it was okay. But like, I think back and like all the folks are like freaked out about like, oh my God, I gotta sit outside for like 3 weeks in advance to make sure I get a ticket type of deal. Like, I don't understand it. Like, for 1970s, early 1980s technology, sure, it was fine, I guess. But like, nothing that like excited me, even after watching all 3 of them. So when I think back at like the 1999 Phantom Menace movie, I'm like, I didn't watch that movie. In fact, I don't think I've seen any of those Star Wars past the first 3. My wife actually went back and watched those movies at some point years ago, and I think she enjoyed them or thought they were good, but I don't know, man. It's just not for me. I just pictured Shaq doing the icy huts. Oh, that's too funny, man. I never watched any Star Wars. I did watch some Star Trek Generation, but still not huge on either series. Yeah, I never watched any of the TV series. The only thing I could actually recall is the Chris Pine movies. So more modern, I guess better. Now, if I was someone who grew up watching, Star Trek, being a Trekkie, maybe the new movies I would hate them, or maybe I would love them. I don't know, because they're not continuations, the remakes. So it's a new generation, a new crowd. I thought the Chris Pine movies were good, but I don't know anything about the original movies. So like when they recast the same actor that played Spock in like the original series, right, and they put him back in the new movies, the guy that played Siler, I forget his name. He played Spock in those movies. Like I don't understand that reference because I didn't watch the early stuff, right? Here. You're not locked here. I like that one. Oh man, that's such tough drinking. All right, guys. I'm gonna take that break because I would like to talk to you guys for another half hour or so. And if I don't, I'm gonna be in a lot of pain. So I'm gonna take a break. Goddamn. I dropped my freaking door cover thing. I'm in the bathroom. My wife comes out of nowhere, like, starts like, I'm like, ah! Scared shit out of me. I'm like, dude, announce yourself. You know what I have here? I still got this stupid Appalachian strawberry. I should really start working on this stuff right now, guys. God, that stuff smells so bad. I'm over here probably drinking like expired alcohol because it looks like strawberry milk, right? It really should be drinking. Shouldn't be mixing alcohol drinks, but whatever. It's done. It's done. All right. I think I went too far. Yep, definitely went too far. Rorschach, that was his freaking name. What the hell did I call him? I called him a weird ass name too. Oh God. I've never seen the Harry Potter movies. Steven, man, that's just not American right there. The UK says, America, you're welcome. They produced the Harry Potter movies. US is like, UK, you're welcome ish. Because we had to produce the damn Twilight movies. They're like, you're welcome. Never mind. It just shows you the difference between like a Harry Potter UK versus Twilight US. Oh man, I am freaking swimming. Jesus. Good times, guys. I've never seen the Harry Potter. I've seen that one. I didn't hate 2010. Freddy the Dream World was cool. It'd be. I mean, I still say 2010. The Freddy Krueger movie was fantastic. If you were never a fan or didn't know anything about Freddy Krueger and that was your first introduction to A Nightmare on Elm Street, that would have been an absolutely amazing movie. But I don't think it failed because it was a bad movie, bad act. Oh, excuse me, anything like that. It was simply because it's us. It's people from the 70s, 80s, 90s who grew up watching A Nightmare on Elm Street, Robert England. And now you put someone else in this iconic character's seat, and it could be the greatest actor known to man. It could be a Russell Crowe. It could be a Kiefer Sutherland type, right? It could be a Sean Penn type. You could think of the most brilliant actors out there. It doesn't matter. Robert England is Freddy Krueger, simply put. And so you come out with this fantastic actor who is absolutely perfect for the role. Could play a psychotic child killing serial killer to perfection. Nobody wants to see that because it's not Robert England. It's as simple as that. So a great movie was doomed to fail from the very beginning. Great chat tonight. Hey, Steven. Yes, sir. Spirits are kicking in. Almost, man. I did It's Alive marathon the other night. They're all on Tubi. The Killer Baby, they were fun when I was a kid. It's Alive, It's Alive, It's Alive, It's Alive. Did I see It's Alive? Oh, no, I'm thinking They Live. Completely different movie. They Live is like a Roddy Piper movie. It's Alive. I don't recognize that title, but I'll definitely look it up now. Shoot. If there's any females in the house, I've never seen Harry Potter either. Man, everybody's seen Harry Potter. No, come on. Now you're just BSing. Harry Potter came out like 2001. And I think that's crazy because in 2000, so freshman year of high school, 2000, 2001, I part of our English class was to read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which was the first Harry Potter book, first Harry Potter movie. And I actually enjoyed that. Like, I hate reading, right? I do not enjoy reading at all. But that was a fun book. The chapter, I mean, it was a big writing, which made it a lot easier, right? It wasn't super long chapters. That was fun. Like every time I got on the bus after school, I took the CTA, the Chicago Transit Authority. So I took the bus, and I normally go to I take the Lincoln Avenue bus, which was a little bit of a longer route, but that longer route allowed me to stay on the bus to read the book. And if I had read a chapter or two chapters, whatever, I was able to knock that out, before I got home that day. So homework complete, right? Harry Potter was actually very fun to read. And one summer, I think in between freshman and sophomore year, I got the Chamber of Secrets Harry Potter book, and I tried to read that. I think I read like one chapter that summer, and that was it. My dumbass actually thought I was going to read a book during the summertime. I mean, like I said, I made it through a chapter, but that was it. I mean, it wasn't anything wrong with the story. It was reading. And in this case, it was reading for pleasure and not reading for schoolwork. Harry Potter the Sorcerer's Stone was a English class assignment. So that's what you had to read. That's what you had to be tested on, etc. Also, between freshman and sophomore year, I mean, I was 17. Was I 17? Let's see, 15 freshman year. So, no, I was 16. I'm sorry. I was 16. So I turned 16 freshman year, which means that during that summer, I think around July 4th, I got hired by Sarah Lee there in Chicago on the Western Avenue location. And I worked at Sarah Lee for like 3 years. And I wasn't making a lot of money. Like I started out like $6 an hour. Like 3 months later, I was at 6.50. And I think like every 6 months or every year later, you get like a 25-cent increase. So I topped out at 7.50. Unless you are someone who opens the store and closes the store, once you hit 7.50, that's your max. So it was fun during like winter vacation because I'd work like 30 hours a week on winter vacation, and I'd get like $600 paychecks, and that was like Jesus, like the money was just like exploding for me. Or during summertime when I'd be pulling 30+ hour shifts, man, per week, and like I said, I'd be getting like $500 checks, $600 checks. That was incredible. During the school year, I worked Fridays. Some, so I worked 3 days, but 2 different weeks, right? So like Friday, let's say I got off at school, and I started my shift at 3:30, 3:30 to 7:30, and then I'd be off Saturday, and I work Sunday the 11 to 4:30 shift. And then the next week I wouldn't work Friday; I'd work regular Saturday, and the Saturday shift would be 2 to 6:30. So those were my hours. So I really didn't make any money during the school year, but any money I could have made was something, right? It covered my U.S. cellular phone bill, and senior year it covered gas in the car. It covered the insurance, so it allowed me to see my girlfriend, of course, my wife at this time, but well, my wife now. So having that same job for 3 years and not ever having to switch jobs, bounce around, having that stable flow of income, I mean, that was something. I kind of feel like if I didn't join the army, I'd probably still be working for Sarah Lee. And they went out of business. And that store, that location was in business for like 20 or 30 years. Like, I don't know, for a long time. Like my mom, when I was a kid, like super young, used to shop at that store. And it went out of business probably a year or two after I left to join the army. I loved it because it was close to home. I mean, I could ride my bike there, get there in like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And later on, when I got my car, car ride back home, 2 to 5 minutes, and I'm home, right? Now I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm like, freak, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, and I want to drive back to Chicago just to find one of those Sara Lee outlet stores, just to buy those big sheet cakes or those regular cakes and stuff like the coconut cakes and I don't know, like tiramisu and stuff like that. Who knows if that stuff still exists? Like tiramisu back in the day, those big fancy boxes, big fancy cakes would sell for like 17, $20. Today, those damn cakes probably be like $40. Or a sheet cake. Get a sheet cake of brownies or sheet cake of chocolate cake, sheet cake of carrot cake, sheet cake of banana cake. Those are like $7, $8. If you were to get that same size, that same exact look today, those freaking would probably be like 20, $30. I really wish I invested a whole lot more of my money into those treats back in the day when I could actually enjoy them, and they were good prices, Plus, as a Sara Lee employee, I got 25% off. So I miss her. I would work for them again right now because it would just be additional money in my pocket, right? I wouldn't need it for like paying household bills or anything. It would just go towards like buying collections and stuff like that. If there was a Sara Lee in Louisville, yeah, I would definitely apply. Of course, I spend like half my paycheck on their goodies, but that's okay. That's what I want. All right, guys. Let's get back to these comments, man. Rorschach was great. Yes, we talked about that. For I don't think I pronounced his name correctly. I seen a couple of the Lord of the Rings once just because my wife wanted me to give them a chance. So I never watched Lord of the Rings, the first one, right? And it was sophomore year, and was it sophomore year or junior year? Damn, hold on, I gotta think. Maybe it was junior year. So I met this friend, and every morning I'd walk from my house to his house. So I'd walk from my house up to Devon Avenue, and from Devon Avenue, I'd walk up all the way to Western Avenue, and then I hang a left. I'd go into that area over there on Western Avenue to his house. So it was probably like a mile and a half walk. I don't know, whatever. About a 15-20 minute walk from my house to his house. And I'd get there around 7:15, 7:20, and we drive to school together. So one day, he and another friend of mine, someone who I met freshman year during ROTC, one of my best friends in high school, and a group of guys, they were going to go see the Two Towers after school. I never saw the first movie, so my first introduction to Lord of the Rings was Lord of the Rings Part 2, the Towers, Twin Towers, what the hell it was called, and I was lost. I mean, I haven't seen the first movie. I don't know what the hell was going on. I never read the books. Didn't know there was books. So I could have just gone home, man, taken a bus, $1.80, whatever, to get home. Instead, I went with this guy, went to the movie theater, spent like $20 on a freaking movie ticket. $10, I don't know, whatever. And that's not the first time. And like there was one time when they went to like the Shed Aquarium or something. And again, I could jumped on the bus. I had these little pre passes, right? Put the pass in, bam, you're good. Second pass, pay 15 cents, you're good. Third right, bam, put the pass in, you're good. Bam, that's gone. So for like 90 cents, I could have gone home, but they were going to like the Shed Aquarium. I ended up going with them to the Shed Aquarium and paying like $20 for an entry ticket to that damn museum. And I kept telling myself, you know, it's just because I wanted that ride home, but I could have taken the freaking bus with no issues. My stupid ass. Instead of paying, you know, $1 for the bus, I ended up paying like $20 to go to the freaking Shed Aquarium first. But those are experiences, right? They're experiences. You're with friends, you're having a good time, and even though it wasn't an assignment for you, it was an assignment for them. It's fine. Like you're making those memories with your friends. You're good. Getting some comments going on here. So sorry guys, I'm like way behind all of you. Oh man, I'm way behind. I'm sorry guys. All right, here I think here we are. Next one, Harry Potter wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. However, I saw one of the films and I was so effing baked. I think it was buttered. Harry Potter was a great series, man. I love the movies because it was a homework assignment, you know, for freshman year of high school. I read the first book, solid book, probably my favorite book. If I had to go back and say, hey, of all the books you read in your life, what's your favorite? Harry Potter was probably it for me. So I don't mind Harry Potter. Absolutely love all the films. I think they were amazing. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in with me. Did I read that already? Or am I that drugged up already? That's cool. Oh, Rorschach. That's what you're quoting. I didn't get it at first, but now I do. From Watchmen. I got you, bud. I got you. You should get cornrows for your wife's birthday present. I don't think she'd appreciate that too much. She wants short freaking hair, man. She wants me to go back to like my army days, but like, dude, I have spent like forever growing my freaking hair out, and I just can't do it. Eventually, maybe the goal was like when I got down back to like my initial goal, well like 145, I would completely shave my head off. But I'm telling you, once I get down to like the proper weight, shave my face, shave my head, I'm telling you, I'm gonna look like I'm 20 years old. My wife kept telling me over the years, you don't ever age. You look exactly the same from when we were in high school. I mean, the only reason I look older now is because I have a beard, right? And when I get my beard like super long, well, not super long, but where it gets, I mean, there's gray in the beard and everything. So I look old then, but like if I shave this off, yeah, I can walk into a high school and pretend to be a student and nobody will know the damn difference. Mm-hmm. Half cornrows, one half afro. Hey, why not? I don't know if I was going to watch the rest of the Tigers game. Hey, Steven, that is unacceptable. We do not watch the Tigers in this household. I'm being so stupid, man. Hey, you're good, buddy, man. Actually, I'll be. Who are the Tigers playing? Are they playing the Mariners, or are they playing the Yankees? I think they're playing the Yankees, aren't they? So if they're playing the Yankees, I know there are a lot of Yankees fans watching, but I will root for the Tigers then. If they're playing the Mariners, I really don't care who plays in the American League, but because I think the Mariners have struggled a little bit more, maybe I'll have give them the edge. Hey, Steven, see you later, buddy. Intermission, people. That was my bathroom break. There's like 3 stoppages. There's the bathroom break, or maybe 4. I don't know. There's the bathroom break. There's the feeding the cats break. There's the power outage break. The power outage break, and he's past the outbreak. And usually when he's past the F out, he's out for like 2 hours. God, this freaking bottle, this damn glass is so freaking heavy. All right. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat. That's what's up. I recommend Rice Krispie treats. I usually cut a hole in the bottom of the container of the popcorn during a movie and let. Nah, that's funny. That is freaking hilarious. I love that. Hey, go away. We don't want you there. All right. J. Carroll can handle pretty but I'm not mentally well, so there's that. That's funny as hell. All right. Last book I read was Have a Nice Day in like whatever year that came out. And ever since then, just wrestling POV shows. Man. You know what's crazy? Like I hate reading, and I'm a very slow reader. Not slow as in just like I can't just zoom right through it, right? My sophomore year of high school, man. I don't know what it was about our English teacher, but he had us read like 12 freaking books that year, man. And I don't remember all the freaking books that we read. I know Godfather was one of them. Daisy Miller was another. The I think the Bread Giver was one. Like there were just an absolute ton, and these are freaking nostalgia. These are like classics, right? And it's funny that senior year we had to read The Godfather again, and I thought to myself, you know what? I've already read The Godfather one time. It's fine. I don't have to reread it again. And then we took our test on The Godfather, and I got like a 37% or some horrible number, right? I'm like, oh shit. I didn't read the first two chapters, and my scores are just absolute trash. So I had to go back and read the Godfather again. I mean, I already had the book from sophomore year, so I'd have to buy it a second time or nothing. And and suddenly my 20-30% scores were turning into like 90s and upper 90s. So, but you think you've seen the movie, at least part of it. You saw you read the book. You should have retained that knowledge, but I didn't have it. In fact, I don't think I've seen the entire Godfather movie or franchise, the first three movies, until that second combat deployment as a soldier and when I was on night shift, right? So that's something, I guess. Uh oh. Lagging behind again, guys. Give me a second to catch up. Making me hungry. Used to love Low W as a kid. Mom would always put one on my lunch. Little Debbie. I don't get a lot of Little Debbie's anymore. Like, the one thing I absolutely love is the zebra cakes. But even zebra cakes have, like, I don't remember the last time I bought a zebra cake. It's been a long ass time. Uh, Obviously the Swiss rolls are awesome, but we don't like live on that stuff or anything. Oh, fudge round, fly the owl, or it didn't happen. Oh, hey, here's Ross with zebra cakes. That's what's up, man. You see, Ross knows what he's doing. I used to like those nutty brownies and Cosmic Crunch. I don't know about the Nutty Buddies, but the brownies with like the built-in like M and M's and stuff. That was pretty lit. The 3-pack of cookies was bomb ass as well. Mm. All of them were great as a kid. Probably not as good anymore. Talking about the Hostess or the Little Debbie's, they're all. I imagine. I tried Pop Tarts a few years ago for the first time in a long time, and they were terrible. Yes, like I don't know what it is about Pop Tarts. Delicious as a kid, mediocre as an adult. Question is, do you eat them straight out of the package or do you put them in the toaster first? I don't really think it matters. Like I always eat my Pop Tarts plain, right out of the package. When you're on combat deployment, right? For breakfast, you get these bowls of cereal. They're like yay big, right? Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, uh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, things like that, right? Any of your chocolate cereals, any of your healthy cereals like Special K and whatnot, sure. Any of your antioxidant, yeah, they got those little bowls with the little individual package, right? But during breakfast, you can also go and get your Pop Tarts, strawberry, blueberry. They came in like a package, like yay big. There's 2 per package. So on deployment, having Pop Tarts is important because You grab them, you stash them in your room, and if you're hungry in the middle of the night, bam, you have a treat. You have something to eat on. So not a big deal, right? I'm not a big fan of Pop Tarts. Not really. Goddamn nose. So itchy. Every time I do a live stream, it's itchy as heck. I don't know if anyone remembers the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga pies. Dude, I put up a post of that not too long ago, probably within the last few months. Yes. So at like Aldi, they have like these specialty pies. Your apple pie, your cherry pie, etc. Right? And the Ninja Turtles pies, they were like the same thing, but they were like these little vanilla, cream filling, whatever. Those things were freaking delicious. Like I had those back in the day when I was like 5 years old, 7 years old. I don't know how old I was, but those things were delicious. And then later on, you go to like Aldi. They have like their little pies, their cherry pies, their apple pies, and whatnot. And my mom used to stock up on those when we were kids. I miss Aldi back in the day. We finally have an Aldi here in Louisville, right? And you would think we'd go there more often, but we don't. Like it's usually Kroger or we have like Walmart delivery. But I don't think I've even seen those pies at our local Aldi. Not the Ninja Turtles, just the regular apple and cherry ones. I'm pretty sure there was a third flavor, but I don't even remember cherry and apple. But those Ninja Turtles pies you talk about, if anybody has or knows where you can get original versions of those, I want those. Those are freaking awesome. Oh, dude, check this out, man. This is how freaking lame I am, guys. Today I dropped off. Son of a bitch. That's what it was. I am so freaking messed up. My last live stream before this one, I was talking about dropping my cat off at the vet today. And then I went to a Kroger and I completely forgot what the hell led me to talk about that. And this is it. So at 10 o'clock this morning, I'm sorry, 11 o'clock this morning, I drove my wife to the vet and she took our oldest, Fox. He's 20 and she took him to the vet. So I dropped her off, drove over to the Kroger and went inside, got a few essentials. One of them was a orange Fanta, case of 12 cans. And the reason that was so important is because it was the Five Nights at Freddy Fanta cans. So previously I got the Michael Myers pineapple pack of 12 cans, and I finally got the Fanta orange. So I think they have like 5 different horror themed Fanta drinks, right? So far I got 2 of them complete right now, which is pretty awesome. So earlier, like I said, I was talking about this and I completely forgot what my purpose was, what my intention was, why I was leading up to the Kroger, pickup. That's it. That's all it is. And I got a Five Nights at Freddy orange Fanta drink, complete in case. God damn, it only took me like over 2 hours to think about why I was going there. So weird. But it was nice because I was able to pick up some bacon. The bacon I picked up was like a Wendy's, I guess Wendy's special bacon or something. So I got that. Got myself some English muffins. I got a bunch of other things, but milk and creamer really were the main attention that I was focusing on. Came home and made myself a McDonald's English muffin sandwich. Eggs, melted cheese, bacon, English muffin. Delicious. I haven't made myself one of those in forever. So maybe next week sometime, maybe I'll pop a can out of those little assholes and drink them on stream. I don't know. Whatever. I'm hoping it's part of the can as well. I said I am such a freaking weird collector that my lame ass will go ahead and collect those packages, collect the cans even, and probably save them because oh my god, this can of pop could be worth money one day. Ever since I became a collector, like I gotta think about everything as a collectible nowadays. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but it makes sense to me. And it's messed up, but it's funny as hell that everything is collectible nowadays. So there are people who put out like fill a garage and they fill it with like shelves, right? And they put like these empty beer cans, like all the beer cans around the world. So there could be several hundreds of beer cans, empty beer cans, and they just display it on these shelves because that's their collection. So will these particular pop cans be worth money in the future? I don't freaking know. But I'm definitely going to save the package. I'm definitely going to save at least one can of each because I think that's pretty damn cool, right? And I'm drunk as shit, so I'm going to try and go back to some of these comments before I lose focus. All right, I think here it was with Ross. I don't remember. It was the Ninja Turtles cowbunga pies, but tasty cake. They had green icing and green icing with the cream in the middle. So we talked about those. Freaking awesome. And the zebra cakes. I kind of feel like the zebra cakes are my favorite type of cake. Like I would have a birthday cake designed just like that, but my wife and I we always get the same type of birthday cake, a quarter sheet cake, double chocolate sheet cake. Now she gets like whipped frosting, and I get frosting that's the hell's the name of that frosting? Hers is whipped frosting. Mine is I don't freaking remember what the hell my frosting is called, but there's two types of frosting. Not tasty cake. The cowabunga pies were from Hostess. My apologies. Hey, I thought they were good. At least what I can remember, but I'm pretty sure I would love them even today. I'm a diabetic, still would make his opposite. I would risk hospitalization for those cream pies. Hey man, I kind of feel the same way. Don't feel bad. Oh man. Bring it back. I got extra insulin. I got extra insulin. Okay. I'm good. We got the extra insulin. We're good. Oh man, that's too damn funny. God damn it! Would you go away? I don't want you. All right, here we go. I want to see those cowabunga pies released in 1991, and at that time, Keebler made that version of It's called Fruit Series. Also, Crystal Clear Pepsi at the time was just coming out. There was Crystal Clear Pepsi. What the heck? I don't remember that at all. I don't remember Crystal Clear Pepsi. Was it like a spritzer type or something, or? There's got to be a better way to drink that. I can't. All right, let's scroll back down. I rarely toasted Pop-Tarts, but I would frequently microwave them. Holy ass pizzerias. Pop-Tarts. Like I said, either plain straight out of the package or in the toaster. I don't know if I would ever put that stuff in the microwave. I feel like I would melt those suckers if I did it that way. But mine was always plain. I'm drunk. I love your figs. Hey, Lance. Dude, it's so freaking awesome to have someone drink with me. Cheers, mate. Mm. Son of a bitch. Ah. Oh, damn. You know what? I'm just thinking. Today I got an email or a text message from Pendelis Greek on Facebook. So I recently purchased a new Jack's Pacific. I think it's a classic superstars line, if I'm not mistaken, from him. What sucks is the folks in Canada, man, they are on strike. Their post office is on strike, so he had to go through UPS, and it was like 40 something dollars, 40 plus dollars, $45, something like that, for shipping, and that's a pain in the ass. Like I should have just told him like to hold on to the figure, and I would just pay him shipping in the future. And I did talk to him about that, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just skip ahead. Let's just pay the UPS shipping so that I can get this figure in, because I really want to make a video on this particular character. So it's one of those Jack Specific Giant series, right? And they only released a few characters, and the one that I purchased from Peter Pendelis Greek on Facebook is a gray suit $1 million man that comes with the championship belt, $1 million belt behind him, right? And you know that's the size of the character. I mean, normally this is the size of the entire Jack's Pacific Classic Superstars packaging, but the figure itself is like 7 inches, 6 inches, whatever. So I bought that from him, and I got shipping information today. Today's what, Saturday? So I'm thinking no longer than, let's say, next Saturday that item should arrive in the mail, and I'll be making a specialty video on that particular one. But I bought a number of items from him. I just bought this Giant Series $1 million man. In the past, I bought that Billy Jack Haynes LJN with the double stamp on the trunks. So that air figure is so important, right? And I also bought a 2-pack of WF LJN thumb wrestlers mint on card, and it included the Paul Orndorff figure. I can't remember who the other person was, but irrelevant, right? Getting Paul Orndorff on card finally, and adding that to the carded collection for the thumb wrestlers, that was important. I kind of feel like there's something else I bought from him in the past. I just don't remember. I know there's more. There's at least 1 or 2 items more I bought from him, but those were the most recent items. All right, let's go back to these comments here. Yeah, I'm way behind. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. Gotta get drunk with Lance, which is always awesome. The cinnamon sugar Pop Tarts, man, I used to smoke a lot of weed and crush them with my friends. Not the cinnamon, like we had the cinnamon in Afghanistan, man. Like we used to eat those. Those were the defac in Afghanistan, and of course, when I worked in Iraq and Kuwait, they had the cinnamon and the defac there as well. Wasn't a fan. I think the cinnamon Pop Tarts came in a 1-pack, so 1 Pop Tart per package. And like I said, I grabbed them because you always try to grab extra food when you can have in your room, and that way, if you get hungry in the middle of the night, you have some kind of snack, right? I didn't like them. Like I always gravitated towards the blueberry, and if they didn't have blueberry, I'd grab the strawberry. But the blueberry and strawberry was always in a 2-pack, and that was always awesome to have. I kind of feel like the cinnamon. It's like you gotta grab a cinnamon, you gotta grab a bowl of cereal too, right? Like those cups of like cinnamon toast crunch and cocoa puffs and things like that, right? You want to grab stuff like that. Wrestling with bum shadows, those were good times back then. Essentially, man. I know what you're talking about. Got a Kroger grocery pickup already. Ordered for tomorrow. My wife only does grocery pickups or grocery delivery through Walmart, but me personally, I like to actually physically go into the store because you might see something in there that you don't know about or don't remember, and you grab it at that time. So, like today, I went in for 2 gallons of milk, maybe two or three things of coffee creamer. I grabbed those great big freaking jugs of coffee creamer. I grabbed three of those. I grabbed my 2 milk, but I also grabbed bacon. I grabbed English muffins. I grabbed what the hell else did I grab? Oh, 2 cases of pop. One was the Baja Blast Mountain Dew, and the other was a Fanta Orange with the Five Nights at Freddy on it. So that horror themed drink. And is that it? Oh, cream cheese for my bagels. The cream cheese we had went bad, so we had to throw that away. So luckily, I was thinking of my wife and got her some cream cheese for her bagels. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like one or two items more, but that's essentially it. Yeah, bread wise, I think that was it. The with the Thomas English muffins. You got to get and that's the thing. You got to get the English, the Thomas English muffins because you can they're already pre-cut. So you got to like easily tear them apart to separate them, right? If you get like the store-bought version, you got to sit there, get a knife, got to cut them in the middle, which you never cut them even. So it's like this top is like 20% of the English muffin, where this bottom is like 80% of the amount. So Thomas's is always recommended, no matter what. I was able to come home, make myself an egg McDonald's sandwich, and I hadn't had one of those in forever, so that was pretty awesome. Mm. All right, my freaking head is all over the place. Crap. Pepsi that basically look like Sprite. I don't think I ever had that. Pepsi with, clear coloring. I don't remember that at all. If they still sell that, it sounds pretty awesome though. But I doubt it. That sounds like something like from like the 90s or something. You'd never see it anymore. Stop writing novels. We are drunk. Oh man, I love when people are drunk with me. Hey Ross, I saw your message also for the New Age Revolution. I don't know if Jason's gonna go through net individually. At this stage, man, I kind of feel like I have to create my own New Age Revolution action figures separately from her. She doesn't seem like she's interested in working with me for new figures. So I talked to her several months ago about this, and she said she'd get back to me, and nothing ever came of it. Right? Recently, I've asked Jason to reach out to her. I've asked Kevin Pelkey to reach out to her. On behalf, nothing. I even sent her a message to Etsy. Hey, can we talk about this particular? And hey, I'll get back to you. Crickets. So I don't think Net really has any interest in producing my action figure line. And she knows I'm like one of her biggest buyers when it comes to her individual releases. So I would hope that she'd be interested in working with me on coming up with something, but I think the issue falls in line with the fact that what I talked about in the past. Let's say it's $1,000 to create a figure, right? And she could create 20 to 25 figures. She would have to reimburse me the difference on that, right? She wouldn't be able to bank all that extra money, and I think that's what she's worried about. I mean, I'm only speculating because I haven't spoken to her. I don't know what's going through her mind, but I could only imagine that's what the issue is. She'd rather pay the difference, create her own figures, and it be her exclusive, and not be my exclusive, even though it's going through her line, right? So, which is sad because I really wanted to work on that as much as possible. I thought would have been amazing, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. If I do go the custom route, it's probably going to be through Nick with Lady Lux Leathers. So I don't know, guys. Um, Generally, these type of discussions are mostly centered towards my Wednesday live streams because me and BBA are on together, and he and I get to kind of talk about it together with you guys. But where are we at? Cream cheese frosting. Not the cream cheese frosting, no. I'm really struggling, man. I'm really trying my best to think of what the frosting is called. I don't think it's cream cheese frosting. I know my wife gets the whipped frosting. So what the hell do I get? I'm seriously about to go walk over to the door and ask my wife what the hell frosting I get, but that'd be kind of embarrassing. It'd be kind of embarrassing kind of think about that. I can't remember the name. Goddamn. I'm pretty sure it's so freaking simple too. Anything for you, Lance Bass? My apologies. um, and remember Crystal Pepsi or Clear Pepsi or whatever. It was Pepsi, but clear. Damn, why don't I remember those? Like, I feel like those would be interesting. That I should have like picked those up at some point in my life, right? Exactly. Clear Pepsi came out, I believe, in 1992. Was short lived, like maybe 3 years at the most. Well, shoot, 1992. I would have been 7 years old, so that would explain why. I probably don't remember it. So 3 years later, 92 to 95, I would have been 7 to 10 years old. I don't remember those drinks. Now, maybe if I saw like a commercial or something, maybe something would jump out at me, but oh man, I'm like all over the place. I don't remember those. Great times back then. All right, why do I keep going too far? Sorry, guys. I always kind of hit the bottom button and it always shoots like all the way at the end. Why am I always so far behind? Damn. No wonder the viewers leave because they feel like they're not being answered. It's just that I talk so freaking much, guys, that I'm not able to keep up with all the comments. All right, here we go, guys. I'm sorry. Pepsi, seen that one. Crystal, seen that one. 100% seen that one. I love the black Jimmy Hart. It reminds me of wrestling with bump shadows. You know what's funny, man? That Jimmy Hart video, that short video of Jimmy Hart error, it's not even a card figure. It's just a loose figure, right? Jimmy Hart original San Francisco video has like 10,000 views almost. almost 500 likes, 300 comments, whatever, right? My most successful video by a large margin. I cannot get monetized from that video because it's a short and not an original video. That makes me so furious. I feel like a video like that could probably earn me. I mean, I'm not talking a lot of money now. I'm talking at least a few dollars, right? Since I got monetized, I'm averaging about 80 to 90 cents a day. Let's round it off. Forget it. From now on, we're just going to round it off. We're going to call it a dollar. So I'm averaging about $1 a day in revenue. And I feel like that particular video, with the sort of comments, with the sort of daily interaction, this daily interest in that particular video, that video alone should earn me at least a few dollars a piece. And because short videos do not earn you any money whatsoever, I'm lost. I need to turn that into a 3-minute regular video instead of a 3-minute short video. And maybe then I would have earned some money, but I didn't realize that a video like that would have been so important to the channel. My most views, my most comments, my most likes by a large share. And every single day I get more and more comments and more views on that video. I don't know why a video with 10,000 views cannot get monetized, but I guess shorts in general don't get monetized, which really sucks. Because what if you have a channel that has like 20,000 subscribers, but all you make is short videos, no regular videos, no live streams? You're telling me you're never going to get monetized? That's insane, right? And I feel like if I continue doing what I'm doing, putting out daily or near daily videos of, short videos, I think I could probably get to 2,000 subscribers within a few months. I wouldn't think it would be unheard of to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of next year. But I want to get paid for my work, right? Anybody wants to get paid for their work. So we'll see what happens with that. So that dark skinned Jimmy Hart, like I said, easily one of my most important figures of the collection. I always said he was a great talking piece, and sure enough, 300 plus comments later, absolutely. I remember when being a school field trip and saw some kind of Crystal Pepsi and was like, dude, these kids were. I've never seen the clear Pepsi. Or maybe I did. I just don't remember it. That's probably what it is. I just probably don't remember it, but I don't remember clear Pepsi at all. One second. Well, I get my mind right. Oh, that hurt. Hear the crank of my neck snap. Ugh. Goddamn itches. I always got an itch like crazy. Every time. All right. Where are we at? Definitely better microwave the Pop-Tarts, but they were very dry. I mean, I'm pretty sure Pop-Tarts are something that kids love. Like, we would love them as kids, but as adults, we're like, yeah, if it's there, we'll eat it, but like, not exactly something we're gravitating towards, But I like the s'mores and cherry Pop-Tarts. Then a friend got me into brown sugar ones. Brown sugar ones, not good. S'mores. Were there s'more? Obviously, I know about the brown sugar ones, the cinnamon ones. I know about the blueberry and strawberry, obviously. So those three are always locked in my head because that's always what we had in the defects while I was on deployment. S'mores. Maybe like a grocery store, maybe, but like I don't think I had s'mores versions while I was on deployment or anything like that. All right, 20 seconds max. That's probably for the Pop Tarts. What's everyone's favorite dessert? Been been talking snack cakes and such. Favorite dessert? Shoot, good question. Damn, I don't even know, man. Like gun to the head, you got to come up with an answer right this very second. Like I would probably say something like meringue, lemon meringue pie or something. But damn, I don't know. Like I feel like that's a good answer, and definitely one of my favorites. But I don't know if that would necessarily be my favorite. You know. Hey, Lance, maybe one day we'll be able to do a Watty drunken figure. If whatever happens with Alibaba or whatever happens with Latuni or whatever happens with XWix Customs or our Lady Lux Leather, etc. One way or another, I think we're gonna get all these figures out, right? And I bought the first two figures I paid for from Kevin Pelkey Per Fury is this right here, right? He's going to create a resin figure based on the new designs. But that's the Devil, that's the Bone Breaking action figures. Maybe I don't even have to buy a figure from him. Maybe all I got to do is pay for his time to create a 3D file of a particular design. And if that is the case, we might be able to come out with a drunken Saturday night Watty with whiskey bottle in hand or something. It seems like a lot of people are interested in that particular figure, and why not? I have two designs, right? I mean, these are my figures. And when I always said the original design for the soldier was supposed to be the most perfect wrestling action figure ever. It was supposed to be Hulk Hogan's fighting pose from Series 1. And as you can see, it didn't really have that, right? It slightly has the Hogan pose, but not a lot. And it's kind of mixed in with like Corporal Kirchner type pose, mixed in with the Nikolai Volkov type pose with the arm positioning and weakness of the arm. So I don't know, man. But we want to do these figures better, right? And I'm holding these figures. This one feels heavier than this, even though they're both resin. Yeah, this one is so much heavier. So we'll look at this. I just don't like that he charged me rubber prices. He was supposed to correct this because the one he sent me was resin and I paid for rubber. So he was supposed to correct this to make this rubber. It's not rubber, guys. I can't stand that because he did such a good job on this figure, but it's not rubber. Infuriating. So why the hell did I go to talking about those now? Oh God, why is my memory shit? What I want to go back and talk about whatever happened to, kind of use Jason Up's segment. I would like to go back and talk about stuff that I witnessed back in the 80s that I could actually remember. Like like my little sister, man. Like I remember like 1989, man. I was like 4 years old. And I had this fire truck birthday cake. I remember getting up and walking away. My little sister walks up, jumps in my chair, starts eating my freaking cake. I'm like, you little freaking asshole. Get away from my damn fire truck. So stuff like that. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about stuff that happened in the 90s, right? But I can't do that because I feel like, do you remember when is the New Age Revolution segment? And it's not something I can do because it's not, because it's his thing, not mine. But I want to talk about that stuff. So how do I create my own segment to talk about things of that nature without ripping somebody else off, right? How do I do that? That's the tough part. Talking about the military portion, that stuff was fun, man. I can't believe it was 2.5 hours ago. Jesus, guys, it's almost midnight, which means that technically, if you include the 2 live streams that I made tonight, this would have been almost 4 hours. Hey, if you guys are still watching, I'll keep going. I got that much left of the sipping cream, and then this bottle is done. I still got more tequila left, and you know what? I still have a chaser, so I'm good. Ugh. Excuse me. You guys are, I'm pretty sure you guys are waiting for me to pass the hell out. And it's close, I promise. Where did I leave off, guys? Cheesecake. I'll go back in Kroger, but never a Walmart again. Yeah, Walmart delivery is fine. Like the only thing I really buy from Walmart is groceries, right? So groceries wise, it's either Kroger or it's Walmart, and occasionally we'll go into like Meyer, but nah, man. Meyer after that BS with that kid, that 19-year-old, um, because he was eating like little snacks, right? And they decided to fire him for that. Not only fire him, but they call the cops on him. I'm like, motherfuckers, this is food that's being thrown away. Who gives a shit if your employee eats food that's designated for the garbage? I talked about this in the past. In the early 2000s, I worked for Sara Lee. And you walk around the store, you look in the freezer, and there'd be like these individually wrapped carrot cakes or individually wrapped brownies or chocolate cake or banana cake, etc. Right, and it would be like right on top of the package, so all the frosting would be off or whatever. It would be an ugly cake essentially that buyers, that patrons that come into the store really wouldn't want to buy that because they want to buy pretty stuff. So you go back into the break room, you write it off, bam. You know what? At that point, tear it open, you eat it. It's yours. Or you throw it in the freezer, icebox, whatever, and someone else can eat it at a later time. The point is, nobody customer wise was going to buy that crap. So when your employees wrote it off, it was basically an unsellable item. Right. So when you get this kid at Kroger who was eating food that was destined to be thrown away, who gives a crap? It was going in the trash. You're going to complain that one of your employees, someone that works for you, that supports your company, you're going to freaking embarrass him. You're going to fire him. You're going to call the cops on him because he's eating these little fruit cups or whatever. I'm like, stupidity, right? I did not agree with them not 1 second. So for that purpose, yeah, for at least a short span, I am going to boycott freaking Meyer. They can kiss my freaking ass. And once they lose some profits, then they can freaking learn and kind of move on. In the past, I liked Meyer because they're like the only store that I know about here in Kentucky that actually had waffle crisp cereal. And then later on, Walmart got waffle crisp. I'm like, well, it's about freaking time. So I used to have waffle crisp back in the early 2000s, right? And then I joined the army, and I had not seen a box of waffle crisp in 10, 15 years, probably longer. And in 2017, December 2017, I drove down from Texas to Kentucky, or drove up from Texas to Kentucky, and I went to Meyer and I found a box of waffle crisp. And hell yeah, you knew I was buying that crap up. It's like when you got to Kentucky and you see White Castle. In Chicago, White Castle is freaking everywhere. White Castle is as prevalent as freaking McDonald's, man. It's a common fast food chain. But you get to Texas, and the closest thing you have to White Castle in Texas is Crystal Burgers, whatever. So like whenever my uncle, during childhood, whenever my uncle and my cousins came to visit, the first thing they ever did was go straight to freaking White Castle and buy a White Castle. And it is funny as hell. In 2012, I was in Afghanistan. I was an employee for Mantech. My wife and I came home in May of 2012. Yeah, May of 2012. And it was my father-in-law's birthday. So my wife and we went from Texas to his home in Indianapolis. One of the first things we did was go to White Castle. And I'm looking at that crap like, shit, dude, you're turning into your freaking uncle. Like, if you love this restaurant and you're not actively able to go there whenever you have the opportunity, yeah, it becomes imperative. In December 2017, I moved to Kentucky. White Castle is right freaking there on Outer Loop, man. Probably a few miles away. Probably a 10-minute drive, less than 10-minute drive, depending on traffic. And we've probably gone there a handful of times over the last 8 years. But let's say 5 times in 8 years. You would think for someone who hasn't had White Castle in forever, you'd go there a lot more often. But now that it's there, now that it's available to us, it's like McDonald's. McDonald's is everywhere, right? So you're not going to go to McDonald's because you can get McDonald's anytime, anywhere. I never thought I'd turn into my uncle, but here it was, right? All right. I like warm Dutch apple pie and vanilla ice cream milkshake. So one of the biggest things of me working at Sara Lee back in the day, Sara Lee Dutch apple pie. It was special. I don't really like regular apple pie, but Dutch apple was insanely good. But whenever we have Thanksgiving or Christmas, and my wife goes to like Kroger or Walmart, whatever, and buys Dutch apple pie, and we have that, like it doesn't have the same feel. Maybe it's not made the same. I don't know. I loved Dutch apple pie from Sara Lee during my teenage years, during my earlier years, but I can't. But it's like, eh, as an adult, I don't know why. Like I said, maybe it's because it's Sara Lee version versus Walmart version or whatever. I'd like to go back to Sara Lee back in Chicago and just buy up all of their freaking desserts, man. Yeah, zebra cakes. It's been a while, man, since I've had zebra cakes. I love zebra cakes. Like they're my favorite. They're my favorite. What's the freaking name? Little Debbie cakes, sort of cakes. Delicious. Like I would like a birthday cake from that. That's how good they are. But throughout my entire adulthood, I've had zebra cakes for forever. Like I go on deployment and my wife sends me zebra cakes. So I love zebra cakes. They're just they're just regular vanilla cakes with frosting and stuff, right? But is it something like out of the ordinary? Not really. Like I'll try for something different, like Hostess or other little W cakes because I've had zebra cakes so often. But they're still my favorite, regardless. Zebra cakes too. Tomorrow's cover order. And man, you don't have to eat. Here's my recommendation: take those zebra cakes, put them in the freezer. I know a lot of people probably eat those zebra cakes straight out of the box, warm or whatever. Me, I put my zebra cakes in the freezer. I eat them when they're cold, when they're frozen. They taste so much better. It's like such a difference between eating them warm out of the box compared to eating them out of the freezer. So try that if you haven't done so already. That is one of the biggest recommendations I can make to you when in terms of zebra cakes. Sleeping portion, not necessarily, not yet, but I'm getting there, bud. Does your face hurt? It's killing me. Kind of. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, I went too far. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I went too far. God damn. Where the hell are you guys? I am so freaking far back. Damn. This is why I gotta have a host. I love having BBA on the show because, like, while I was reading all the first comments, he was like reading all the bottom comments, right? So we were like eventually able to kind of sync up. But one on hand, like, I'm not able to keep up with all you guys, and I don't want you guys to feel like I'm skipping you or anything. It's just I haven't gotten to that point yet. Diarrhea pockets. Uh-oh. Gotta be talking about freaking pizza pockets type of deal. Oh man, how far behind am I? Damn. Oh guys, I'm like way freaking behind you guys. Oh damn. All right, so I'm gonna try and get back to where I was, and then I'm gonna take a quick break again. But let me find you guys for shoot. So there are like, if I had to count, I would say like 50 or 60 comments here before I'm able to get back to you. The very bottom. All right. I'm going to pause right here, guys. Pause, if you want to call it that. I got to run to the bathroom again. I'll see you guys in a bit. Stand up. Okay, guess not. Try to fix that damn tree. I don't know why that damn tree won't stand the hell up, but whatever. All right, guys, I'm sorry. All right, I'm a bit behind, so I'm trying to catch up with you guys. Zebra cakes. I have to zebra cakes tomorrow. What does your face hurt? It's killing me, man. They are fire. Cakes are in stock and on sale. Guys, we're like 3 hours almost on this live stream, and that doesn't even count the probably hour plus that we spent on the previous live stream. So, man, zebra cakes are in stock and then on sale. I use a cake right now. Why? What did I just do? How the hell did I get the super? Somehow I'm at super chats, and I don't know how to get out of here. Okay, there we go. I figured it out, guys. I'm so stupid. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna figure it out. All right. My drunken butt will figure things out. I'm drunk, but I should still have enough sensibility to understand what the hell's going on. No, that was way too far, asshole. Oh God. My viewers are gonna watch this and think, what a freaking joke of an asshole. Oh man. I tell you, I'm just all over the place freaking last few days. Last few streams. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and find you guys where I left off. And come on, give me something, give me something. Damn, why am I so far behind? Whew. All right, here we go. All right, I think we're good, guys. I do not end this live stream until I've answered all of your questions. Sparkling strawberry unicorn cake. Never heard of that, but it sounds awesome. Running level. Oh, Lance, that's funny as hell, man. Fudge rounds are also on sale. Shoot, I could go for some of those fudge rounds. Shoot. Brisk beef cake applies the sleeper and hold on a minute. All right. I'm done. I'm stupid. And I really should stop doing that because I probably will fall asleep. And the last thing I want is for you guys to spend the next hour and 45 minutes staring at me, be like, all right, I'm going to try to stop, but no promises. Fudge rounds. Love fudge round. Rebecca sleeper. And going to drop all the salad and veggies from my order. Substitute with a little taffy. I don't mean to laugh, man. That's just funny, though. Good going, Al. A large Marge. Man, did I freaking guys tell you about how what freaking Pee Wee Herman meant to me as a kid, man? Like my family used to freaking humiliate me. Like I didn't feel like it was humiliation, right? Because like I was a huge Pee Wee fan as a kid. But like one of my favorite movies at like age 6, age 7, whatever it was Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. And my family used to always make fun of me, say, "You look just like Pee Wee." Well, thanks a lot, motherfuckers. My wife and I, we watched that movie probably last year sometime, and movie still holds up. It's been like 30 plus years, man, and that movie is it's legendary. It's still nostalgia for me. Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Uh, I almost call him Donald Duck. Jesus Christ. Howard the Duck is still a legendary movie in my opinion. So, all right. Let me count the ways and how much I love zebra cakes. uh, Live is sponsored by Little Tiny Zebra Cakes. Dudes, you know how badly I want somebody to sponsor my channel. Like, I love Little Debbie's. I would love if Little Debbie sponsored my channel. All of these freaking alcoholic drinks I give free range to, right? Why? How do I get these guys to sponsor me? Talking to BBA on Wednesday, and he was asking about this Twax, TWAX, which is like a THC type of company, right? Um, how does he get sponsored with his channel, right? I don't know, but I would love for these companies reach out to me. All of these companies that I actually work for and talk about on a consistent basis, like Mantech International, like Lockheed Martin, right? Like Raytheon. I would love if these companies reached out to me like, "Hey, we want to sponsor you." Like that would be freaking awesome. But does that mean I have to change my professionalism in these type of videos, which means no more drinking, which for companies like Raytheon, Lockheed, etc., I understand. But like, if I'm doing this for like a sponsored company, like 818 over here, you better best believe that they want me to get as drunk as possible on freaking live streams so that they can get their money's worth. Uh, but yeah, how do I do it? I don't know. Do they reach out to you directly, or do you have to reach out to them about this? I don't know. Like all this stuff is new to me. Black Jimmy Hart comment. What are you getting at? That's it. Zebra cakes. I don't know if I would go with zebra cakes for for an accessory, but hey, man, depending on how many freaking lines we create, how many series, you just never freaking know. If we're gonna do a Saturday Night's Watty figure with like whiskey in hand, zebra cakes. There was this mother effer on YouTube, and I don't really want to talk about him because I don't really want to bring attention to his channel. He's made a video where he made fun of Kirk's Corner, right? And in the video, he incorporates me. But like every video, I get fatter and fatter. And I'm like, dude, I didn't lose all this damn weight over the last year in order to be considered a fat guy now, right? I'm like 40 pounds less than what I had been a year ago. And so you're looking at videos from like 2023, early 2024. And I'm like, I'm not that size anymore. You goddamn son of a gun. And these assholes are making fun of me. And it's like, you kind of laugh at the first one. The first one was okay. But the second video was the song sucked. The AI was garbage. The third video, even worse. So no reason even talking about it. It wasn't good. The first one was fine. But that kind of like frustrated me. Like it's like Gabriel Iglesias, right? He's at a I think he's like India or something, and he's got like these Germans heckling him like, "Hey, fat man! Hey, fat man!" Like, and then he lost like all this weight, like lost like 200 pounds or something. I don't know how much. He lost a ton of weight, right? And people are calling him fat. Like, I didn't lose all this fat, all this weight just for you assholes. So the heck, I kind of feel the same way, right? So I kind of see these mockumentaries that these guys are coming out with, where they kind of like blow me up to look like Violet from Willy Wonka. I'm like, dude, that's not cool, man. The song was fine. The fact that I kept getting fatter in every new clip was stupid. The second and third videos that came out was just it was lame. They weren't good songs. They weren't anything I recommend to my viewers. So I think the viewers, the creators were kind of in the comments earlier today, like, "Hey, I messaged you this and this happened." I'm like, "No," but I actually should be a whole lot thinner. But man, I haven't lost any damn weight in like 5 months. Like I was doing really well for like the first 5 6 months, and then it plateaued. I hit a certain weight limit, and that was it. Kind of frustrating, to be honest. All right. Lance Bass, you already gift that keeps on giving. And say thing about the black Jimmy Hart. I think that was Lance. My bad, Flydale. I read the wrong name. You're good, bitch. Shoot. I mostly talk about zebra cakes. I feel like Jim Gaffigan. That comic, Jim Gaffigan, man. I see his ass on like Netflix, man. So like, my wife and I, watch a lot of the Netflix series, right? Love Netflix comedies. Jim Gaffigan is one of them. Uh, that Burr guy is another. Carlos Mencia, Iglesias is another. Fluffy. Um, that Dunham guy is obviously one of the most common that you come across. But that's funny as hell right there. Jim Gaffigan, he always does like these little soft, tender type voices. Like he doesn't do the whole Gabriel Iglesias fluffy voices where he can kind of like mimic women and whatnot. So his imitation is just like this little soft talking type of deal. Still clever though. Hot pockets. You know how many pockets, diarrhea pockets, that I have in my freaking freezer right now that I haven't eaten? I think my wife bought like these. What are they? Philly cheesesteaks. I think that's what she bought. Philly cheesesteak hot pockets. I'm like, I don't want that crap, man. I just want the dip. In 2010, check this out, guys. In 2010, I was in Kuwait, right? That was my first contracting job. So I'd go to like the PX and I'd buy a loaf of bread. I'd buy some cheese, some ham, hot dogs, and I'd stock up on like hot pockets. You get like 2 hot pockets per box, and each box was like $1.50. So I would literally live on $30 a month. $30 a month while I was on deployment to Kuwait. I worked the night shift, right? So around midnight for dinner time, I'd go to the MWR and I'd get me a little bag of popcorn. and maybe I made myself a little sandwich. So that would be my main dinner. So either I had a dinner or I went to MWR and I got myself a bag of chips. In the morning time when I got off work, like my breakfast. So every day during dinner time, I'd go to MWR. I'd also rent two movies. So I'd go. So when I come home, I arrive home around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning or so, and I'd watch two movies. Take me to about 11 o'clock in the morning, and during that time frame, I'd make myself a hot pocket, and that would be my breakfast slash dinner, whatever you want to call it. And then I'd go to bed. So 11 o'clock till about 4 o'clock, I'd go to bed. At about 4 o'clock, I'd wake up, take me a shower, warm me up a hot dog. I put a pot of water on the stove. I throw a hot dog in there. After about 15 minutes, I take it out, put on a bun. Bam, that would be my dinner slash breakfast because my night shift breakfast would be dinner, right? So, or dinner would be breakfast. That was my meals. Sandwich for at work, hot pocket when I return home, and a hot dog before I left for work. So $30 a day. That's what I lived on. It is definitely possible. Problem is, you have family back home spending all of your money. So while you're struggling to live on like an apple a day or a individually wrapped croissant a day, all that money was being spent back home. It's like, what can you do? I was really struggling that first deployment, man, but I made it happen. I mean, obviously during other times, other deployments, DFAC was free and all that. So it was like when you're in Afghanistan working, like it doesn't matter. But like when I was with Ace, when I was with Lockheed Martin in 2020, for example, or when I was with oh my god, what the hell were they called? My first contracting job, Jesus Christ. Um, how do I forget my freaking contracting company? All right, this is kind of humiliating. Whatever. Point is, when you had to come out of pocket for DFAC usage and whatnot, it definitely made a difference, right? It definitely made a difference in how you purchase your food and how you ate and whatnot. What the hell were those assholes called? Oh my god. They weren't AC first. They were give me a minute, guys. I gotta think about this. This is gonna eat me up if I can't remember the freaking name. Um it's like right at the tip of my tongue and I can't think of the name. All right, I'm humiliated. I don't know what the hell the company is I work for. Oh God, never mind. I'm gonna move on because I can't remember the name and it's embarrassing now. 2010, the first company I worked for in Kuwait. It's gonna come up to me eventually. I just can't remember right now. But yeah, I was kind of looking at this diarrhea pockets, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like what I lived on when I was on my first deployment. Clear Pepsi was a little like John Cena, diarrhea pockets. Da, 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 da. Earlier tonight, I text with my nephew using only Heath Ledger as Joker gifts. He appreciated it. So Heath Ledger actually died, I think, in 2008. Uh, yeah, that was one of those movies I watched when I was in deployment in my second tour. And while I was on night shift, I watched The Dark Knight Rises, and such a great performance all across the board. I don't know if this man committed suicide due to his lack of interaction with the outside world, because I think he locked himself up in like a hotel while he kind of like got in the mindset of the Joker. But that was so messed up because he was such an imperative talent, and he could have done so much more in this world. So Heath Ledger, I mean, that loss was incredible. That pocket, boy, that's gonna leave a mark. Looks like Jim Neidhart. Jim Neidhart, does he? I mean, maybe. I mean, I shaved recently, but I mean, usually I got the little Billy Goat beard going on. Like I said, man, like this was essentially supposed to be a Hulk Hogan figure, right? So you look at it, and the poses are close, at least with the left arm. But this is basically what my figure was supposed to be. This exact pose, but this is what you got. And I always felt like this was either very similar to that of Corporal Kirchner, right? Or maybe a Nikolai Volkov figure, but because the arms are smaller and much more inward, or possibly Billy Jack Haynes, which is one of my top 10, top 11 favorite figures ever. But when I designed this figure, this was supposed to be like the greatest wrestling action figure ever made. And the fact that it did come with the right pose, it hurt. Uh, this was obviously the first design, right? And this was the second one. This one's superior, so this is the one I want to show off. I think this is a serviceable figure that anyone would be interested in buying, even if you don't think of it as me. If you just think of it as a generic figure that you would want to add to your collection, this could be a jobber figure, or this could be someone you can put together as like a World Heavyweight Champion. It doesn't matter, right? It's the fun thing about toys or wrestling figures in general. You don't have to look at this as, Corporal Kirchner, right? You could just look at this as a general, just a basic figure, just an average jobber. Any of my four figures, you can fit them right in with the original line and be like, hey, these are jobbers. That's okay. There's no other jobbers like other than SC Jones, right? So they would bleed in beautifully. That's fine. How are we at 3 hours and 10 minutes almost? Wow. All right, so let me get through these comments because I feel like we're nearing the end of our conversation, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I did a whole shift and this is still live. Hey, BB8. That's awesome, bud. I managed to last 4+ hours. That's incredible. Hell of a live, this one. Hey, Ross, you know what's up, man? Like, I came into today's live stream. I really didn't have a lot. I told my wife the same exact thing. It seems like there's days where I have absolutely nothing to talk about. And those live streams end up going like 4 freaking hours. And then there's days where I have a set topic. Like, let's say me and BBA get together and we talk about Maniac Right Wrestling, right? That crap might go 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. like the last live stream, he and I worked on about 2+ hours, and then I worked off for like another hour or so to close it off. But I don't know what it is. Why the non-topic days have more hours of talk time. That's where the conversation comes into place. I could talk all day about this topic or that topic, but if it's I'm gonna try to finish off this bottle, guys. All right, we have a winner. The sipping cream is no longer in contention. Damn, I am freaking drunk though. Holy sh! I am so sorry, guys. If I am like way out of it and can't talk straight. All right, don't lean back. Hold on a minute. I gotta get BBA his specialty. Okay, I'm good. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so stupid. Oh god, shoot. Wasn't I supposed to like start this video with like a funny army joke or something, man? How the hell did I end up here? Oh man. All right, let's continue, shall we? My most viewed video is Ric Flair listing his favorite version of the Four Horsemen, Rey Mysterio performing the LWO. So it's humble while putting out original content, getting 10 or so views. Shoot, man, I remember those freaking days. I gotta be honest, man. I kind of cheated the YouTube algorithm for the first 2 years. No, man, the first 3 years. 2022, 2023, 2024. Like I would post a video, right? I have 2 cell phones. This cell phone is attached to the Watty's channel account. This phone is attached to the I don't know, just random Matt Watson, YouTube account, whatever. So I have 2 phones, 2 accounts, whatever, 2 YouTubes. Anytime I post a video, I would run both cell phones, both accounts simultaneously. I would rewatch that bitch over and over and over again throughout the entire day. Basically until I got that video to about 100 views. Sometimes YouTube would come back like I'd be at like 126 views. I'd restart the video, watch it again, and I'd be down to like 76 views. So I went from like 126 to 76. So I would drop like 50 views just like that. So it doesn't always work. But for years, that's what I did. I just replayed my same exact videos over and over again, and until they, got up to like 100 views, and then I would stop. If I posted like one video on Monday, keep watching it over and over again until it got to 100 plus views, and then on Thursday I'd post another video, and then I'd post another video on Monday, and then another video on Thursday, or maybe it was Sunday, whatever. But that was my views for the longest time. In 2025, I'm like, you know what? I'm a lot higher. I have a lot more subscribers. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to let my viewers determine my view count. Suddenly, I went from like 100 views every 2 days or every 1 to 2 days to like 100 views every 2 weeks or so on a lot of videos. So that basically really tells you where you're at subscriber wise. Even with 900 plus subscribers at the time, like I was only getting like 50 to 75 views. Whereas in the past, I might have had 50 views and had like 200 views in a video every couple days. So I don't do that anymore, obviously. Are we still active, guys? I just saw that message, so I don't know if that's disconnected us or not. Hold on, let me send this message up. Are we still active? Let's try this again. All right, guys. So hopefully I'm not just sitting here talking to myself. So we'll see what happens. All right, cool. All right, guys. So it looks like we're still active, so that's good. So I'm gonna go back to these messages, man, and make sure I don't leave anything behind. God damn, why are we so far behind? Mm. All right. Nope. Still. This is terrible, guys. All right. I'm gonna try my best to not respond to every question, and in fact, shoot through these comments because, guys, I am not doing a good job of keeping up with you. So. Oh damn! I'm probably like freaking 50 minutes behind you guys. Oh god. I am so freaking far behind. Jesus. Yeah, I need a co-host, guys. I need someone to like work from the bottom while I work from the top and kind of like meet in the middle because this is terrible. Oh man. All right, don't lean back now. Jesus Christ. I spent like 2 minutes backing up in messages. That just shows you how far behind I am. My most viewed bids, Ric Flair listing for his favorite version of the Four Horsemen and Rey Mysterio for LWO, so it's humbling while putting Roger kind of getting 10 or so views. Yeah, that's exactly how I am. I think that's what got me into the whole view discussion. Tequila chasing with. All right. I just saw a little message pop up. Go away. Tequila chasing it with Pepto Bismol. You know, my dude, you're not too far behind because that's. I was thinking more like strawberry milk, but damn, that's pretty damn close. Oh, that's so good. Got to kill the heartburn some. Oh, that's good stuff. I like that. Got to kill the heartburn somehow. That is freaking awesome. Uh, let's continue, shall we? I would just drink Gatorade if I were you. Shoot, man. Like, I am severely out of it, my dude. I think I pretty much have the rest. Oh man, there's some watermelon left. This watermelon is probably from like a couple of days ago, a couple live streams ago, and I could probably finish off this right here. Not good. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Damn, I'm actually curious to know Flair's favorite four horsemen. I'm curious to know myself, my dude. Shoot. 100%. It's got to be an Ole and a full. Obvious. I think that's pretty obvious. Yep. Spoiler: Flair, Arn, Tully, and Wyndham. Yeah, I like that setup right myself. Goose Cups. I like me a Del Monte Crew Cup. Goose Cups. These cups are now talking. My castle, direct pockets. You guys and my wife are the same way. Damn. Like, everybody's always hating on White Castle. Like, I love those little fuckers, man. They're delicious to me. That's funny shit, though. Call them sliders for a reason. Oh, God. Hold on, give me a minute. I gotta puke, probably. Gotta call them sliders for a reason. Oh, God. That's funny as shit right there. I like that a lot. Goddamn nose. All right. I'm good, guys. I can't stop laughing. I feel like calling White Castle a restaurant is a tax restaurant. I love White Castle, man. Come on. You can't criticize the White Castle. Shoot. That's good stuff, guys. I work at a high quality Italian restaurant. I eat good for free. Fresh quality stuff. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not. I lied. I'm not good at all. I'm not good at all. It is okay right now, but ain't nobody giving up their cake. Give me a cake. Okay. I gotta focus, guys. I gotta focus. We're hovering like almost 3.5 hours. If we're gonna take this 1 to 4 hours, I gotta pay attention. I used to dance on the name Chapel Plug. All right, clear up. Clear up, guy. Clear up. Oh, man. These comments are freaking killing me, though. I can't help. I can't help it. We'll never have so first at his house ever. All right. Let them eat zebra cake. Dude, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell everybody. Let them eat cake. All right. Let's move on, shall we? I mean, shoot, I think he's a great co-host. I mean, obviously we have viewers out there that have reached out to me and like, hey, we like your live stream, but we don't like the co-host. Whatever. The dual live stream, I got it. I love the aspect of the dual live stream, you know. BBNI, the last 2 Wednesday shows have made easily my largest number of simultaneous viewers, not to mention the highest number of views and the highest number of comments, right? So, goddamn itchy nose. So, it's something that I really love, and I love the aspect of the co-host. I understand it's not for everybody, but I don't know. Like I'm torn between wanting to make it as fair for all the viewers so they get what they want. At the same time, trying to get what I want, which is have this awesome co-host as part of the channel as well. So that's kind of where I'm at. Your battery is running low. How is my battery running low? What's one battery at? Battery's at 12%. How the hell is that at 12%? Well, I guess it has been like 4.5 hours plus, so makes sense. So, guys, at 4.5 hours, shoot, I might have to be logging off very shortly. Battery's at 12%, and I think once it gets to like 5%, the things are gonna shut down. So, let me get through your comments, guys, and I can hopefully make this worthwhile. I would feel remiss if I didn't mention something we've yet to talk about tonight, and that's zebra cakes. Oh, that is perfect, man. Never tried zebra cakes frozen. That sounds amazing. Dude, I don't eat zebra cakes out of the box. Like, I put them in the freezer and I eat them afterwards. Like, to me, that makes a world of difference. All right, get back up there. Think I get a zebra cakes DoorDash right now? Probably not zebra cakes. You probably have to do a whole entire, like, Kroger, Meyer, Walmart, whatever type of order for that. Otherwise, you basically be paying like $2 for the zebra cakes and like $8 for shipping, man, or delivery. So for DoorDash. I've been holding back on the story, but since it keeps coming up, one time I had a hook in my bed for 2 weeks and I fed her nothing with zebra cakes. True story. Mm. Oh man, that's good stuff. Ah, guys, I still haven't watched all of the Wednesday live stream, so try to get through an hour plus of the first video, 3.5 hours of this live stream, man. We'll see what happens, but damn, let's go to the lobby and get ourselves a zebra cake. Damn, I never knew one freaking video would like create such a story. Where's little Debbie's, man? She needs to get off her behind and like subscribe to this channel and like kind of like monetize this. Man, all the taco zebra cakes. I think we have like 30 people right now trying to buy zebra cakes now. He's sort of running off to eat as zebra cake. Drinking game for Watty. Drink every time we mention zebra. Shoot, Ross, why would you say that? That is cruel and unusual punishment. I made a video all the times that Jason Up said, in a video, one particular video. Everybody's like, you know what? You say a lot in your videos. I'm like, okay. So I took one of my videos, and every time I said it's take a shot. It wasn't as fun as the 80s Revolution, videos, but oh yeah. I definitely said quite a bit in my video, and it definitely got me drunk as shit in that video. But I think people were over the whole 80s revolution drinking game. So when I started the, me personal drinking game, I don't think a lot of people were interested in that, but that was fun, man. It's like every time Jack Bauer says, God damn it, you take a drink, right? That was a fun drinking game. And I thought we could kind of turn the New Age Revolution into his own drinking game. And the problem is, the first time it was done right, it was just a regular drinking game. Second time, I became really like mean with it, so it didn't really serve the purpose I intended for originally. But the New 80s Revolution, drinking game, I think was super fun. And if we could do that, like, goddamn nose. It's always like so freaking sticky, like right there, itches like crazy. If we could ever redo that the right way, that'd be a fun game, man. All right, I better hold back. Story by say. Okay, so that one, this would be a drink. I've seen that one. All right. Zebra cake diet keeps a beef feeling. Can you make a sandwich out of a zebra cake and Reese's cups? I could pretty much turn anything into a sandwich. So, all right. No sense zebra cake. No super chats. We only take zebra cakes. Damn, man. That's funny stuff right there. Like zebra cakes were one of those things that my wife and I would always have in stock in our house, but like it's not anything that we picked up in months. Like I can't remember the last time we picked up a zebra cake. But it's like my favorite, man. Oh, by the way, sipping cream is officially done. So that is going in the trash. That leaves us gridlock in the trash. How about tequila blanco? Well, we got that much left, so that should probably take us to another live stream or two. How was your zebra cake, Watty? Dude, I haven't had a zebra cake, man. Oh, let's talk about zebra cakes. I've had none. Keep asking questions. Oh, bros, man. Don't keep asking questions because at this point, man, I'm about to go. I'm going to be like, oh. I'm about to zone out pretty soon. Damn, 4 out. Like, I know this video has gone 3.5 hours, but we got to incorporate the first video, right? And that was like an hour 15, hour and a half, something like that. So this has been a long ass live stream. We're almost at 1 a.m. That's crazy. Why are OG zebra cakes way better than Christmas tree ones? I like the Christmas tree ones. It's like a little green sprinkle on there, and I like that stuff. Obviously, original zebra cakes are the best, but I mean the Christmas versions aren't that bad. The green sprinkles for the tree is perfectly fine. It's still a white cake, right? With frosting and whatnot, so it's fine. Who's your daddy? What does he do? Why does it remind me of like a kindergarten cop type of deal right there? I could go for a Christmas tree, Debbie, right now. Dr. Jennings scared the hell out of me at the end of Howard the Duck. I mean, the whole Howard the Duck movie in general was freaking brilliant. And Dr. Jennings, especially when they're sitting at like, what was that? Was it like Denny's or something? And he orders the eggs. That whole scene, man, where they're at the restaurant, right? Insane. And of course, Dr. Jennings, he kidnaps freaking oh god, what the hell's her name? Why am I freaking drawing a blank on everything? It's not easy to talk about stuff when you can't remember the name. Hold on a minute. I gotta think of the name. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, L, M. Yeah, that's not helping. Usually I just count down the letters until I come across a letter that sounds familiar, and then I just, okay, that's the person's name, but like that's not helping right now. Ugh. The chick from freaking Back to the Future, man. Let's just put it at that. Or how about freaking Switch That Birth? Yeah, that chick. God damn. I think it begins with an L, man. Why can't I remember? It begins with an L. I don't know. Dude, how freaking drunk are you? I don't know, my dudes. I'm probably like this drunk. This. I smell strawberry. I smell strawberry. What the hell is going on? Was I talking about something? I see comments. Yep, I'm on the hunt for zebra cakes first thing tomorrow. I see. That's what's up right there. We all should have zebra cakes. They're going to look at me tomorrow when I show up at Kroger to pick up All right, guys. I can't do this no more. I can't. It's too goddamn great. All right. All right, let's get back to the comments because this stuff is killing me. I must know what's going on. I'm on hunt for zero kicks for tomorrow. Xbox sends a bag of candy. Can MRW give a couple of zebra cakes for a bone? Oh man, that's good stuff. Dude, that is so damn. Oh god, I am out of it. That is so damn funny and classic. And you know what? I might just do that. Just to be a little smart ass. I might install some freaking zebra cakes as part of the delivery. I'll tell you what. When the time comes and I have actual action figures to sell, you may reach out to me and buy the figure, and I will include a zebra cake just for you. It is that imperative. Oh, God. Am I adding more drinks? Don't do it. Oh, can't. Oh, motherfucker. I'm trying to. I am this freaking drunk, guys. I'm over here trying to open an open bottle. God damn me. God damn. I can't do it. I can't think straight, guys. I can't think. Don't spill. Ugh, I am so freaking wasted. It is funny as hell, but goddamn. Uh, Howard Duck, what a wacky movie. Brought to you by George Lucas. Seriously? George Lucas made that? Maybe I. Did George Lucas seriously make that movie? To me, Donald the Duck. Why do I keep calling him Donald the Duck? Jesus Christ. Howard the Duck. Howard the mother effing duck. God damn. Why do I keep calling him Donald? That's got to be one of my all-time favorite freaking movies ever. All right. As a kid, Howard the Duck. I mean, that's got to be one of the top 10, top 20 most watched movies ever. Every 10 years or so, I go back and I watch Howard the Duck again. And since I turned 18, I probably watched that movie another 3 or 4 times. So I know I watched that sucker when I was like, I remember watching him again in like 2005 when I was in my first apartment in Killeen, Texas. So my wife had come to live with me. She did not want to watch Howard the Duck. So she was like in the living room. I was in the bedroom, door closed, and the TV in the bedroom. I watched Howard the Duck there. And recently, I probably watched Howard the Duck again, probably last year. So probably another 2 or 3 times in the last 20